Somebody you love and care about will not be spending the holiday with you this Thursday. And with a rough 2 years, I want you to take the time to just think. Think about not only those who've lost their battle with depression, not only those who have had to deal with the pandemic. I want you to think about yourself and how are you taking care of yourself? Think about how are you dealing with the loss. Even though this is a national suicide prevention lifeline, they also assist in helping those of us who are survivors and still dealing with the loss of those we care about. And if you are one of those people who are thinking about taking your life, understand that we're doing this every single day because we need you here. The world is so much better with you here. We just simply need you to reach out and dial 1-800-273-8255 or just reach out and get help. Ask anyone for help. So before you decide to make a decision that we have to live with, make a decision that not only can you live with, but we can live with you on that decision. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk some football. What's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome back. It's another one of those overreaction Mondays. The blame game is what they call it. And you know me, if you know anything, we got to do it because let's play the blame game. I love you more. Let's play the blame game. Sure. People, I have seen it all. I have read articles. I've heard people talk. And at the end of the day, I've come to some conclusions. Some of them that people are not going to like. I have literally went through and combed through all of the film, and I have come up with the exact total number of actual mistakes in this game. Actual mistakes. And 2 not so mistakes, but questionable calls from the officials. People, I'm in a good mood. It's a short week for me, so I can celebrate the holidays. I'm hoping it's a short week for you all, and I hope that you are taking care of yourself. So let me see who's in the building. I got a lot to cover. I got to get to it. All right, we got Friendly Neighborhood Lions fan in the building, Looney Tune, D. Williams, Vash, Starwin in the building, Joey 2 times, Sweatbread, Buffed Up. We got Midwest Lion King, Ghost Gunner. We got, make sure I ain't forget nobody. Cap Ice Cold, Chrome, B. Farrell, Kyle Webb, Tactical Puma, Dan, Spanos. I hope I said that right. If I said that wrong, don't you kill me, Dan. You know I suck at names. D-Map Zoom is in the building. Juan W is in the building. One Pride 40, the great one, Mike is in the building. Gino's in the building. Listen, people, I am about to get disrespectful for some of y'all. I'm about to upset a lot of y'all delicate sensibilities because I'm about to tell y'all the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I am sick and tired of Lions fans. I am over it. I'm tired of Lions fans. I'm tired of media. I'm tired of it. And it is 100% puke for me because I cannot take it no more. God, people, why do y'all do this? Why do y'all do this? Let me just go down the list. First, many of the people in this chat and in the Lions fan base believe that the Lions were going to suck this year. Like, they really cold-heartedly believe that the Lions were just going to suck. Now that's changed from the Lions are going to suck and it's just going to be a rebuild year and all this stuff. Now it's changed to fire everybody, ring the alarms, set off every freaking gas bomb you have. This is a full red alert. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm listening to the media. I'm looking at the things they're writing, and I'm looking at your comments from you, the fans, and I'm thinking, have y'all lost y'all damn mind? And I'm not saying that to be rude or to be so fictitious or whatever like that, but let's just go through and look at it. First, y'all say that this team is going to suck anyway, which in my opinion, if you said that, then they're meeting, like if you said that you're meeting your expectations, they're grossly underachieving my expectations. So we can get that out of here, right? So if you believe that they were going to suck, what's the problem? Then it went from that to, oh my God, Dan Campbell and all these antics. He's got on the race helmet. Now, I know where all this energy is coming from because many of you listen to 97.1 The Ticket. So I'm pretty sure that this is coming from a place. All right? Now, here's what ticked me off. When Dan Campbell first came out and was calling games or as a head coach, people said he was too aggressive. He's going for it on fourth downs. He's leaving points on the board. And then all of a sudden now, he plays conservative. He plays smart. And now people have a problem with that. People had a problem with the fact that, you can't give a running back the ball 33 times. Y'all remember that conversation where a particular person told me he had a high school game plan? And I keep trying to get y'all to understand something. Ask yourself the question, if you're trying to beat the Browns, how would you do it? How would you attack them? How would you go after them to get to the weak points? How? Because to me, it would be running the ball. In fact, many of the mistakes that people are talking about have nothing to do with what we're getting ready to talk about. You know why? Because many of you just look at headlines and repeat what other people say. You just do. And it doesn't make sense. You want to, you screamed and hollered that too many fourth down. Now he don't go on fourth down. What you not doing on fourth down for? So, as we go through and we look at this, I had this whole big production plan, but I said, for what? For what? This is just ridiculous. How people keep switching this up. This is ridiculous. All I kept hearing is, you got to take the points, man. You can't go for it on fourth. Take the points when he was aggressive. Now he takes the points and you still mad? Where they do that at? So let's talk to the fan. Here is the very first mistake of this game. I want you to pay attention to the down and distance. It is literally 1st and 10, first quarter, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. This is very vital. Very vital. Because you're going to see in real time what the first mistake was. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm sick to my stomach with this ridiculousness attitude of this fan base who now all of a sudden is mad and don't want to admit that they're mad because they themselves see where they could have won these games. But we don't want to give that praise. So let's talk about the film. Here's the play. Very simple play. Everything's looking good, right? And we throw this play right here. And you thinking, well, what's the problem? Right? What's the issue here? I want you to go back and look. I'm going to bring it back just for the hell of it. Do anybody happen to recognize where they at right now? On the 20 in scoring position. Everybody's up there talking about, oh man, that penalty that Jonah Jackson got, that truly hurt us. Nope. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. That was not what hurt us. This hurt us. Why? Because this sets the tone. And this is a huge issue right here. If it's choppy, let me know. I'll figure out another way to make this thing play. But I want you to see it for yourself. Just look. What's wrong with this? Now, you may be wondering, Luke, I don't know what's wrong with this. Well, let me start off with telling you here. It's pass interference on Josh Reynolds. Pass interference on Josh Reynolds. Now, let me just say something. Have y'all all noticed that when we got Josh Reynolds, I didn't say anything about it? Did anybody notice that? Did anybody notice? I didn't even talk about Josh Reynolds. You know why? Because I felt the same way about Josh Reynolds that I felt about when the Lions traded for Everson Griffin. The problem was never the receivers. And for many of the people who talked about, oh, Josh Reynolds, he's the only one getting open. He's the only one getting a ton of uncostly penalties in crucial position. Here you are in scoring position after getting the ball back from the Browns with a chance to go up 7-0. And instead of you being first, and let me see, let me go back because I have a hard time remembering things. Oh, even better. Instead of you being first and 10 on the 8-yard line, we are literally got to go back 20 yards out of the red zone. Damn. That's the first mistake right there. And no matter what people want to say, no matter how they want to try to downplay it, that was the first mistake. Now, watch this. Look at the down and distance. I'm in the chat with my fellow DSA members. I love my family. I call them family. That's DSA members. I love them. And two of them, who I'm not going to name, was mad at this particular, is mad at two things. They was mad at the draw on third down, and they was mad that we didn't go for it on, or we caught a run earlier on the third down. Now, I want you to understand something. I asked them a very simple question. And the question that I asked them is, do you really trust Tim Boyle? Tim Boyle, because mind you, this is like our second possession. I said, do you really trust Tim Boyle on third and long to throw the ball? With the caveat in mind that Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney is on the other side. You really trust that? And he responded with yes. And as soon as he said yes, this happened. Mistake number 2. Look at this. Now, I want you to keep this in your mind. I really do. And the reason I want you to keep this in your mind is because I also want you to understand what it means coming down here later. Because I'm going to explain to you why the overreactions and the overly emotional outtakes from people make me want to puke. First thing first, Tim Boyle is looking at my man Swift. And there's no way that he could be looking at Swift and thinking he's going to stop. I'm not thinking that. Pocket is clean. You just let it go. There's no way he thought that. No way. That's 100% on Tim Boyle. Now, we are already at 3 mistakes at this point. 3. And it's all in the first quarter so far. Like I wish I could make this stuff up. Right? Already. Let's get to the 4th mistake. Okay? Here's the 4th mistake. I want y'all to look at this. It's 3rd and 9. They have clearly scored a touchdown at this point. Look where they're at. Just look where they're at. They haven't even crossed the 50. No. Baker Mayfield has an interception, no touchdowns, and 63 yards at this point. Not even in it. Not even there. Watch this. And what do? Anybody see what happened? No? Nobody saw what happened. Well, let me explain to you on mistake number 4. Not only were we offsides, they actually declined the offsides because there was also a pass interference on the play. So we already got 4 mistakes, and we just at the top of the second. 4 crucial mistakes. When you got a chance to get off the field, you got a guy who's offsides, and even if he didn't go offsides, we got a guy pass interference. Unless, yes, I checked twice. The penalties were right. Right? But we're blaming the play calling. That's the problem. We're blaming Dan Campbell. That's the problem. I got people talking about fire Dan Campbell if they don't win the game. You gave Matt Patricia 3 years, and he came in with a team that was ready to go. All right. So now, at this point, we don't make the 4th mistake. And here's the first time that I'm going to say this is just poor officiating. It's 4th and 3. Okay. and the opportunity has presented itself. It truly has. It's presented itself. And at this point, you know, you have an opportunity to do something. Okay? You do. Now, what happens? The officials, in my opinion, make a very questionable call with hands to the face. Like, on my mama, where sway? Where the hell they doing this at? I watched it a few times. And I'm not seeing this damn hands to the face on Amani Oruwariye. Very questionable call. Very weak call. Now that bails him out. That's not on Dan Campbell. That's not on the players. That's just the officiating. Now, at this point, be clear. Be clear that I'm trying to walk you through the facts of life on this one. Give me 1 second. All right, my bad. I had to belch. All right. Now at this point, we got a bad play from the officials. We got a total of 4 mistakes, and we're not even out of the damn second quarter yet. I mean, we just living it up. We doing our best impersonation. All right. Now I want you to understand this is another crucial play that's very important. It is 3rd and 5. Say it with me, people. 3rd and 5. And at this point, you have a perfect opportunity to hold this team to a field goal. Perfect opportunity. Don't take no energy. Don't take no time. And what do we do on this particular play? Here we go. I already got people talking about some same tired excuse, but don't watch film. Don't watch the games. Just repeat the same headlines and don't know why. I'm showing people in real time and they still in denial. Their insanity. Let's get going. Watch this, people. On 3rd and 5. It's 1 minute and 20 left. This right here is another questionable call by the officials. This was just good defense. There's no way you can call a flag on this. How? How, coach? Now, if you say it's a pass interference, then we'll toss it to another mistake. But in my opinion, this is a weak call. They didn't even bother to re-show it. Now, we finally get into the 3rd quarter. And so far, here's my count. I have over 4 mistakes and 2 bad calls in the first half. In the first half, all together. My other problem that I have is this. At this point in the game, the Lions have ran the ball 11 total times. And 4 of those were DeAndre Swift. 5 were Jamal Williams. 2 to the fullback. Now, I want you to understand something, that this is very telling. I made posts all day about this, and I said we were going to finish this game with 14 carries. It's ridiculous. I had people want to argue with me that not only was that the problem, but just DeAndre Swift couldn't do this and he couldn't do that, and he hadn't shown anything. And when I tried to explain to him that DeAndre Swift has been grossly cheated out of an opportunity, I was swiftly told, nah, that's not true. And the truth is DeAndre Swift was drafted in the 2nd round, and we thought, like I thought, that they were going to use him. Instead, they went out, got Adrian Peterson and everybody else, and delegated him to a backup role. Never really utilized him. And the few times they did, he always burst plays open and showed that he had power, speed, and everything, and they still delegated him. And then you get a new coaching staff, totally new regime, totally new people, totally new coordinator. Everybody's new. And they go out and get Jamal Williams, and somehow Jamal Williams is a better running back than Swift, when Swift should be the starter the whole time. Now, this It's very important information because even right here is a mistake that we cannot have. And ironically, this mistake, again, I'm going to say it again, this mistake does not fall on the quarterback. Oh, no, ladies and gentlemen. This mistake falls on the guy that we picked up off waivers. And I'll show you why. Let's roll the tape. First things first is you're going to see that they get a snap. There's a clean pocket. He climbs the pocket and he throws the ball deep. Y'all, did y'all see the problem that I had with this? Did y'all see it? Because if you didn't, I am more than willing to take it back a notch. Because it really starts right about here. Right about here. This is what you call a 50-50 ball. A 50-50 ball. It's a jump ball for a receiver who is 6'3" or 6'4", right? 6'3", 6'4". This not on a damn quarterback. This still a mistake, but this is on a guy who has 6 foot. I want y'all to look at how high he jumps. 6'3", 6'4". Look how high he jumps. Oh, he can get up there, y'all. If this was a R. Kelly video, he believed he could fly, even though he never left the ground. He thought he was so high in the air. He completely lost track of the ball and misjudged it. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody in the media is talking about it. That's not a story. Nobody's talking about Josh Reynolds. He's new. Nobody said anything to that. Why would they? Why? Why would somebody say anything to that? Doesn't make sense, right? But if you were wondering, like I was wondering, how tall is Denzel Ward? 5'11". Oh, so let's go back. Let's go back and review. You mean to tell me, 5'11", Denzel Ward had better ball skills than you? He jumped higher than you. This is not on the coach. Look at this. Seriously. You got out jumped, out muscle, out. You just got bullied. You just got bullied. And no matter what they do, it makes no sense. I got people in here who still say strange things. Oh, Luke's takes are disastrous. Yeah, y'all don't watch the games. Y'all eyes should tell you everything. But the reality is this. You think I'm talking about it in terms of this. I'm talking about it in terms of how this fan base, no matter what they do, we just keep going back to the same scenario. It's the coach, it's the quarterback, sell the team. You are the problem. Even when players are telling you you're the problem, you don't believe it. It makes no sense. So here it is, a play where the quarterback puts it up for a 6'4" receiver versus a 5'11" corner, and you lose. Let's talk about another mistake. This right here, I find this to be the funniest narrative of all, because this is the one everybody's talking about. Oh, how terrible is the penalty that Jonah Jackson got for talking about somebody's mama. Oh, why would he do this? You don't talk about a man's mother. But I want y'all to look at something again. Because they said this penalty really hurt us. And I'm telling you this because these are all false narratives. Look at DeAndre Swift and where he gets tackled at, people. Seriously. Look where he gets tackled at. With 32 seconds on the clock. Look where he gets tackled at. Did you really believe Tim Boyle with 30-some seconds on the clock, was going to get a pass downfield for us to even get in, I don't know, field goal range. I didn't trust him at this point. He had already had an interception, a terrible one. He can't trust his 6'4" receiver, apparently. And here we are, right here, and it's the one that hurt the team. Just before halftime, just after halftime, get ready to go into the fourth quarter, we get this call, and people are like, this is the one that hurt the team. No, it's not. The play that hurt the team earlier by Josh Reynolds was worse. It's worse. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, we all see how it's playing out. Because this, to me, was not an issue at all. So you said something about my man's mama. These refs taking it so serious. But watch this, people. It's 3rd and 10. I'm going to say it again. It's 3rd and 10. And look how they're pent. They're pent, and they have every opportunity to make something happen. What happens here? The Lions get a turnover. And look where they at. On the 30. Yeah, that's how you do it. Get in the game, people. Get it done. That's how you do it. You get the turnover, and you leave no questions whatsoever on what done happened here. Look at this. Ellis Anzalone almost gets a pick, but guess what? Somebody's waiting for it. Good job, AJ Parker. This is what we want. These are all good things. All right? Now, here's where the game, to me, gets intriguing. Because even after you get that damn turnover, the play calling from right here, I have to ask him a few questions about. And not for reasons you think. But what you don't see is who's in the backfield right now. And that's DeAndre Swift. And keep in mind, at halftime, he had 4 carries. 4. And they come out with this play, and you get away with one. And I'm thinking, all right, 2nd and 4. Right? And I'm thinking at this point, we should be all run heavy. And you run it. And I'm thinking, okay, third down at this point, 3rd and 2. Not bad. And I'm thinking, you run it again. Because that's the formula to beat this team. And we could have had better blocking on that. Maybe he could have stretched it out further. But now at this point, it's 4th and 1. And I have 97.1 a ticket. I got writers and other media outlets, and I got fans and everybody else who's talking, literally saying, oh, it's 4th and 1, and you not going to go for it? For what? It's 9 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to that game, but the defense was doing its job. Yes, it had its bad penalties, but it's doing its job. This, to me, is another one of those complaints that I don't understand. Because when he went for it on 4th down, you said he was too aggressive. You got to take the points, man. Now he decides to take the points, and you got a problem. What else was he supposed to do right here? Even if he tries to go for it and try to get the 1st down, how many plays would it have to take for them to get into the end zone? They still would have been leaving the Browns with a last possession, even with that. This makes sense. Taking the field goal is logical. You're on the road. You're a winless team. Now, some people argue, well, since you are a winless team, you shouldn't even care. But then I guarantee you, had they went for this, 97.1 a ticket, and his fans would have said, here you are on the road, and you still not taking the points. Okay, I'm indulging y'all ignorance, and I'm just going along with it. Now, I'm going to open the lines up in a minute so y'all can talk to me. But I'm just showing you that your logic of thinking is flawed. It's flawed. Because at this point, you got time. Now you get the ball back. And at this point, after this pass is made to TJ Hockenson, I'm thinking we can really run this damn thing out. I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident. Look where they at right now. I'm thinking we can run this thing out. I want you to take a hard look at the very next play. I want you to look at this formation. It's 1st and 10. It's 4 minutes and 42 seconds. I want you to look at where we are. And I want you to ask yourself, at this point of the game, all the way to the fourth quarter, who is the best thing going on offense for us? And if you answer anything other than DeAndre Swift, slap yourself. All right? Slap yourself. Because right now, the person in the game is Jamal Williams. I don't know why. Because all you're going to do is run it up the gut. And how do I know? Because I know they know. And I know that somebody's going to say, well, isn't that Dan Campbell? We're going to get to it. Because even at this point, none of this is I'm blaming the head coach just yet. Not yet. Now, right here, you would think after he runs and gets no yards, no gain, that they were going to put DeAndre Swift back in. Nope. Here's where you lose games at. They put in Godwin, whose name I can't pronounce. Ibakawe, whatever the hell it is, I can't pronounce his name. They put him in and called this play. Look at this play. Oh, yeah, that double reverse really worked. Killed in the backfield. Now, here's the infamous play that everybody wants to talk about. Oh, God, how could you, Dan? Why would you, Dan? Who runs a draw play on 3rd and 14? Smart coaches. That's who. Smart coaches. What has Tim Boyles done up to this point to make you believe he can complete a 3rd and 14? Hell, it was 3rd and 9 when he threw the interception. It was 1st and 10 when he threw the second one, even though the receiver sucked butt and didn't go up there and get the ball. Now, all of a sudden, fans and media alike just believe in Tim Boyles. Oh, but if he didn't believe in Tim Boyles, why is he out there? We're going to get into that. But at this point, the decision to run a draw makes sense. Period. The decision to run the draw makes sense because they're already thinking it's a pass. Also, the center was out. Your backup center was out. And they're thinking it's a pass. And all of a sudden, you fans have the confidence that this guy can do it. And so this is the talk of the town. But it's the right call. Because at the end of the day, you don't put the ball in the hands of you don't put the balls in the hands of your quarterback. You put the balls in the hands of yourself. And you run the draw and you punt. And the reason you punt is because your defense has shown that it can hold. Now, this is very freaking important. When that ball hit the touchback line, it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Lions had 3 timeouts in a 2-minute warning. What person in their logical mind would not think that the defense can get a stop to get them the ball back? Does it make sense? All right? Doesn't make sense. So let's look at this right here. This is 3rd down. And the reason I'm showing you this is because this is another fatal mistake that nobody is talking about. It's 3rd and 3, people. 3rd and 3. The Lions still have 2 timeouts. They just got out the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 3. I want you to look hard at 25. Look at 25, Harris. Look at him. If you're not seeing him, I don't know how to show the cursors. He's right between, he's in the damn pipeline to cut this off. Just look at 25. I'll give you a minute to locate 25. This don't make no sense. All these couch GM and coaches who don't understand basic stuff. Here we go. By this time, you should have it. Where the hell is 25 going? Where? Where is he going? Let's remind y'all. There's a whole touchback. They run. It's 2:29 on the clock. They ran a few plays. It's now at the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 3. They calling a freaking toss play. This is crazy. They calling a toss play on 3rd and 3. And you have a chance to stop it. And you don't. And even after they pick up the first, watch this, people. Watch the plays. You have him tackled in the backfield. And then he gets out of the tackle. And picks up at least 6 freaking yards. Why would a coach think it's crazy that his defense can get the ball back? 2nd and 6. Another run where you could have had him in the backfield. And yet they get a stop again. 3rd and 2 again, people. 2 opportunities. Y'all the same ones who wanted to give Patricia a 3rd year. 2 opportunities right here. The one time his defense failed, and everybody acting like he made the wrong call. Now go back to that original question that I asked. If you were playing the Browns, how would you beat them? What are you thinking you need to do to beat the Browns? Because I promise you, whatever it is you're thinking, it's going to start with running the ball. Ask yourself, did he employ the right game plan? Yes. Yes, he did. 100% he did. In fact, as we look right here, and it's 3rd and 2. Let me go back a little bit. Let me go back right here just a little bit. It's 3rd and 2. Watch 25 again, forget his assignment. And he just look at this. And there's your ball game, people. The thing that you should be talking about is not there. But the reality is, it was the right damn game plan. It was just poor execution. And on top of all that, the real questions that should have been asked is this. Why was Jamal Williams starting after being hurt all that time and given the performance you got out of DeAndre Swift from the Steelers? Why are they now starting Jamal Williams? Why is Tim Boyle starting over David Blau? Now, before some of y'all go in there and start saying stuff like, yo, that's not fair. You can't do that. You can't say this and you can't say that. Before some of y'all go down that road, understand I'm here for it. I got time today. Understand that I'm here for it and I got time today. Because what I cannot take no more is this flip-flop, fair-weather, weak, misinformed fan base who keeps talking crazy. Now, let's focus. Luke, why would you be complaining about Tim Boyle being in? He sucks and David Blau sucks too. Well, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when they first got there, they said that it was about competition and the best man will win. Every singular report that I ever read, every practice that I've been to, and I went to 2 of them, every practice that I went to, Tim Boyle was hot garbage. Every single practice and every report said that man was trash. He was garbage. Then preseason come, and I'm watching the preseason games, and it's proven that the way he practiced is how he play in games. And again, he's trash. And if the idea is that you're going to put in a guy who wins the spot, then it was clear to me that David Blau, 1, the number 2 spot. But if that's not enough insult to injury, ask yourself, how is it possible that Tim Boyle all of a sudden becomes the number 2 quarterback when he been out hurt all this time? He didn't even know the damn playbook. And the reason I know he didn't know the damn playbook is because when he threw that ball to DeAndre Swift, who took blame for it, to myself, oh, that's my fault. I got to be a little bit more patient. The hell you do. Even if you were stopping there, the ball was wide behind you. Wasn't nothing you could have caught, even if you had a freaking fishing net. You wasn't catching it. That's what y'all should be talking about. That's what you should be pissed about. About people not being in that should be in. People not getting enough snaps that should be getting snaps. Not this frivolous, oh, Jonah Jackson penalty hurt us. Not that crap. Oh, he ran a draw on 3rd and 14. What else was he supposed to do? Trust Tim Boyles? Well, he could have put David Blau in. He could have. But guess what? Let me give you a quick reality. I don't care who your quarterback was. You're putting them in with Myles Garrett, who's already got 13 sacks, because you love stats, 26 quarterback hits, 14 tackles for a loss. You're putting them in to pass on with what? With that defense. Jadeveon Clowney, 3.5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, 12 quarterback hits. You trusting your quarterback to drop back and do what? Do what? Hell, Stafford could have been back there. It wouldn't have made a difference. The only person who could have possibly made a difference was Michael Vick. Somebody with some legs. Lamar Jackson, I don't know. But whoever you play that quarterback, if you were trying to come out and say we're going to pass the ball, it does not help your team. But don't tell me it's about competition, then go and put people in to start the game who've been hurt for majority of the season or a good chunk of it. DeAndre Swift put on a big old performance. And all I heard from people is you can't run him 33 times. He can't run between the tackles. You can't run him up the all this BS. He was given a chance. And it's ridiculous. Now I'm going to bring in somebody, my man, fellow DSA member, to talk some ball with me. Andrew, what up, though?
Yo, what up? Long time no talk, man.
Man, listen. I'm trying not to lose it, but I can't help it, bro. I'm sick of these narratives. Now, Andrew, is it okay if I tell them the conversation we had in the chat?
For sure, man. Go for it.
You remember when you and another person said, man, we need to throw the ball on 3rd, and I said the following: you're trusting Tim Boyle on 3rd and long with Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney to make that pass? Remember that question?
Yes, sir.
And as the game went on, did your trust level stay where you said it was?
So for me, it's not necessarily the trust level because obviously, like, Tim Boyle blows. We all know Tim Boyle blows. There's a reason why he never saw the field in Green Bay, even when they're up like 30 points in games. The problem is that the probability of converting a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 12 with a draw play is super unlikely. So even if you have an awful quarterback, the chances are still more likely to convert than to not. So as long as he doesn't turn over the ball, which we saw he still sucks at that too, it's like an equivalent of a play. You know, the draw play is only going to get you 2-3 yards anyways. So if you have an incomplete pass, I'd rather take that chance of actually trying to convert than to not.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm not even being funny when I ask you this question. I'm curious. If he gets hit and it's a sack fumble, are you still okay with them trying to pass in that position?
Yeah, because that's just an unlucky happenstance.
What if he?
The problem is, like, you can't always be afraid of the worst possible outcome.
I'm not saying that they were.
You have to take that into consideration, like 100%. But at the end of the day, like, you're versing the Browns. The Browns are a competitive team. They have a top rushing game. They have a great front seven. They have a good secondary. Like, all these things into play. You held them to what? How many points did we hold them to? Like 13, 16 or some crap like that?
Which brings me to my next point, Andrew. Which brings me to my next point for these ridiculous fans and media who just like to say stuff. When you hold a team to 13 points, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to win that game.
100%,
I mean, seriously.
man,
and you're doing it with a defense. You're doing it with a defense that I'm telling you, I don't know how they're doing this. But I want to show you something really quick because this is very important. This is just for you. This can't be for nobody else but you, Andrew. Okay?
Let's see it.
It has to be for you. Because your trust levels is so high. I want to show you this.
Boyle as far as I can throw him, but you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what we're looking at?
Yeah, trash stats from Tim Boyle.
This is Tim Boyle's college stats. Just a guy that you trust. He spent all that time behind Aaron Rodgers, and apparently he still ain't learned nothing. How is he in the league?
I was surprised that he was in the league, honestly. All his college stats and everything came to surface when we were about to start him, and I was like, wait, who gave this man a job? Like, why did Green Bay even have him on the roster?
He was cheap. He was cheap. And they figured he'd never get in.
Even if he were to pay me, I wouldn't have this man on my roster. like he's that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many things in that game where I was like, yo, Hawk was open. Instead, what'd we have? Sack. Penalty.
Nope.
Bro,
he was never
Hawk
sacked.
is open over the top of the middle.
I don't think
bro.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I don't think he was ever sacked in that game.
Well, whatever. Pressures, incomplete passes, whatever it was. All I can remember is screaming to this man, throw the freaking ball, because he has people open. And no. You know, like it's very frustrating watching a game like this where, you know, you fully expect that the Browns are going to run all over you. You know, they'll have some big plays here and there. And then you hold them to 13 points and you literally can't put up even 13 points. Like, that's just pathetic. Even if you don't have a quarterback, bro, like, you can set it up how the Panthers do. Give the ball to Swift every fucking play. Every play. Throw a couple passes to Hawkinson, a couple passes to wide receivers. The rest, all Swift. Handoffs, pitches, you know, little dump passes, put them in space, get them going. But no, we don't do that. We literally don't do that. Derrick Henry, what do? They feed him, and then they, you know, compensate with the passing game, and it's like, we don't do anything. We like, it's so frustrating watching these games, and just literally even fans are like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And when we do it, it works. And these are fans. These aren't coaches getting paid millions of dollars, and the player personnel we're using, and all this stuff is just like so baffling. And it makes me wonder, like, are we truly tanking, or is this the incompetence of the coaching staff that we have?
Let me tell you something. I love Joey 2 times, and I really hope that he jumps in and joins. And I'm going to tell you why. Look at this. He says, Swift, it's on me. Boyle, Swift was supposed to sit down. Nope. Boyle actually said that was his fault. He said he thought that he was going to sit down, but that's his fault. Campbell, it was on Swift. I don't remember hearing Campbell say that, but if he did, I'm telling you, they're lying. I'm telling you, they're lying.
I don't know what it is with our coaching staff that they defend our quarterback so much.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
I would tear them the fuck up. I don't care that Goff's making $30 million. I'm benching your ass. Sit on the bench. We made an awful mistake. Problem. I learned from our mistakes. I'll bring in anybody, bro. Blau obviously is our best quarterback on the roster, which to me is not saying anything because I don't personally like him as a overall quarterback. And I would still rather start him than these two clowns.
Now, I'm just telling you, because this is what I deal with. Now, Andrew, can you see the video?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, according to him, this play is on Swift, and we should believe it. I mean, how
see what's
far
stupid
behind?
This is what's frustrating. First of all, Hawkinson's wide open. Look at where he is. He's wide open. You throw it over top, touchdown. Don't do that. Second of all, it's 3rd and 12. You are not calling no damn fucking sit play. He's supposed to keep
Thank you.
like, Like, I don't even have to know what the play was, whatever.
On, people.
You look at the scenario and you realize it's 3rd and 12. There's no reason that you would throw it short by 10 yards with 2 linebackers on top of him, expecting him to be sitting there. He has nowhere to go. He has no momentum, nothing. The only way that play converts is with him continuing his momentum and going forward. And even then, it's very unlikely because there's 3 freaking guys right there, and Hawk is wide open deep.
There is no way on this green earth that he was supposed to sit. I guarantee you there was no way he was supposed to sit. But I gotta believe what they say. I got it. That ball was so far behind.
Funny that you brought this play up because I didn't realize that this was the play that Hawkinson was open over the middle.
Tim Boyle sucked, and Tim Boyle has always sucked. And at the end of the day, I don't think people knew or understood what was happening. Now, I lost my man Andrew. I'm sure he'll be back. But again, y'all can believe what you want. I'm going to believe what the truth is. Okay? And the truth is, there was no way under God's green earth that he was sitting there thinking, yep, sit down on this play. It's just no way. I have the hardest time believing this. There's no way. Nope. You're not convincing me. Sorry. It's just no way you're convincing me that this is what he was thinking. This is not how it works. Okay. Now, I want to be clear. And I want to be fair. Okay. We got to stop lying to ourselves. We just have to. We have to stop lying to ourselves. Because right now, we just making this stuff up as we go. And even when I show it on film, y'all argue the difference. Now, I got the link in the description. All you have to do, people, okay? All you have to do is simply join via phone, tablet, computer, whatever. You need a microphone, that's it. When you get on, I'm going to ask you to show me your face. You show it, then you can cut your camera back off. I don't even care if you stay on the screen. This is about you. I just got to get my venting out because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It is linked in the description. The link is there. Anybody can join that want to join, and feel free to jump in here. It says, I never seen Shay say anything that wasn't him. It just don't make sense. Let me bring my man Andrew back. Andrew.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I had to step out. Work called.
Man, listen, I understand. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Okay? Here's the other problem that I had that nobody talked about. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was different between Jared Goff and Tim Boyle? What was different?
Honestly, it's so hard to tell because they both suck. I mean, at least Goff gets a little bit more passing. And I mean, 77 yards, dude, and one of those was like, it's so frustrating even to look at these stats. All I could remember is I'm looking at halftime and I'm looking at stats, and the guy had like 28 yards passing by halftime. I understand the weather conditions weren't great, but you can scheme a playbook for this particular game with a backup quarterback in the rain to where you have small dump passes. You don't have to do crap. You can throw a 1-yard pass, a 2-yard pass, which obviously I hate. That'll manage it enough when you complement it with the run. I mean, Swift is averaging freaking 10 yards a carry. Kabinda is averaging 10 yards a carry. And Jamal Williams shouldn't have been freaking starting, but we're not going to get
no way. There's no way he should have never freaking started. He was out too long, and football's a rhythm game. The Lions lost because they had 23 passes to 23 rushes. And before this game even ended, I got community posters that says, I guarantee you this game going to end, and no running back is going to have more than 14 carries. Voila. But Luke don't know what the hell he's talking about. Luke over-exaggerating. You know what's even more funny? They said you can't run them 33 times. It's not sustainable. Well, I be damned. Everybody else seem to be running 30 sometimes.
I hate that argument because running backs don't last more than 4 or 5 years anyway. So I'd rather get the most out of them than to freaking save them for what?
How many carries were they giving Ezekiel Elliott when he first came in?
Dude, exactly. Non-stop, bro.
Just you get this whole running back by committee. Look at the difference in this, y'all. I want y'all to look at this. 14. The next best is 7, so half of what he got. Then after this one, the next highest is 12. Look at this. It's not even close. There's a bell cow and there's a relief.
Though, Luke, they do that crap because it's exactly what the Chargers and the Saints did. They always had one monster running back, and for some reason they wouldn't give them enough carries. Like Eckler, statistically, was significantly better than Gordon, but they would still feed Gordon. Kamara, significantly better than Mark Ingram and Latavius Murray, whatever, and they would never give them more than like 15 targets. 15 touches on the ground. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I understand the save them for later in the season or whatever, but like, they only go so far. Like, you need to win games, and you put the ball in your best playmaker's hands, not the running back coming off injury who's not as good.
Listen,
like, this is the type of stuff though where I love Dan Campbell come in, Brad Holmes. I love what they're doing, but this is the type of shit where I start questioning, why are you doing this? Are you doing it because you're genuinely trying to lose and you're trying to get that first overall pick, or do you not even recognize that this should not be happening? Like, what is it? Because there's no reason that these things should be happening. You invest a second-round pick. You drafted like the second or third-ranked running back, whatever that year. He's a monster. The guy, when he gets vertical, is arguably top 3 talent. I mean,
Andrew, take it a step further though. Take it one step further, Andrew. They literally drafted him second in the second round, and then started Adrian Peterson over him. Then went out in free agency, brought in Jamal Williams, and started him over him. Come on.
And that's the stuff that makes no sense, right? So why are you drafting a running back in the second round, and then you're bringing in these guys who are backups or not even caliber, like starting caliber players? Dude, the guy is not bad. I get if you didn't like him or whatever, and he's not productive as a second-round pick like how Amir was, but the guy can clearly handle an entire workload on his own.
Yep.
We saw that last week with the Steelers. We saw it this week. I mean, he's the only dynamic player we have on our freaking offense at this point, and you're not giving him more than 14, 15 touches a game. Like, none of that makes sense.
Bro. Now, Don Burr says, Luke just said it's a rhythm game. If Tim Boyle doesn't start, it's Blau. What rhythm has been? And come on, man. Andrew, I'm not the smartest person or the sharpest knife in the drawer, okay? I'm not.
Yes, sir.
But how many weeks has Tim Boyle been out? Like, not even practicing. Would you say it's more than, 8 weeks? If you had to figure it out, would you say it's more than 8 weeks?
Can you hear
9
me,
weeks? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I lost you.
Oh, man. Hold on. Can y'all still hear me out there, people? Okay. Can y'all still hear me out there? Let me know. I just need somebody to give me that heads up. Let me see. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
All right. So how many games would you say he's been out? Has Tim Boyle been out longer than 8 weeks? Like, not even practicing.
What do you mean been out? Like,
meaning that he been hurt, not even practicing, not even throwing passes or anything.
I honestly could not tell you because
you realize he was out all the way up until this game.
Oh, okay.
They just took him off IR before this game.
That makes it that much worse that we started him over.
Now hold on, we're talking about rhythm. So if he's been hurt and not practicing this whole time, who has had more time with the playbook, more time in the practice, and more time with the first string players? David Blau or Tim Boyle?
Oh, Blau for sure.
Then Don Burr, please try again. That was a weak attempt to try to say, "Oh, come on, man, you come on, make it make sense, coach. Make it make sense."
I mean, listen, my thing too is why do you have 3 quarterbacks on your fucking roster? There's no reason to have 3 quarterbacks on your roster.
This year it does, though, because you know 21 teams have had at least 1 or 2, maybe 2 to 3 quarterbacks come in. 21 out of 32.
100%. But hear me out. You're the Lions, right? Mm-hmm. You're not the Saints, where you had Drew Brees, Taysom Hill, Winston, or whatever, where it makes sense. They utilize them, whatever. We're the Lions, where our quarterback goes down, you're losing every single game. This is literally, as long as I've been a fan of the Lions, I have never seen a backup win a game in my entire life. Okay? So why do you have 3 quarterbacks and then you have one that?
Because you had one on IR,
dude. I don't care who's on IR. Like, it don't matter. You don't need these guys if they're not even like backup caliber players. Why do you have them? Bring in another linebacker.
That's a very good point. It's a point that's brought up by Top Dog where he says, Luke, whose fault is it that Boyle started this game? It's 100% the head coach's fault. And I think what happened, I'm being honest when I say this, because in my opinion, I don't think he earned that spot or the right to do it. But I think what happened was, after he saw him make those mistakes, he was like, nope, I'm out. I'm going in a different direction. He was trying to get him a few passes to kind of ease him into it. But when he realized that this is a little bit too much, he went back to saying, I'm going to stick to the run. And I believe they lost because they did not give enough running in this game. Now, you know, this is funny to me. My man Andrew coming in here. Let me take you out of this one. Boom. There you go.
Thank you.
My man Mortal Film says, does that say he has a QBR is 6.7? Yep. Let me make it big for the people who are hard to see it. Yep. I mean, Baker's is a little bit better with 8.6, but yep, 6.7.
See, you know what makes me angry is there's teams that have 3 quarterbacks on their rosters, and every single one of their quarterbacks is better than any one of our quarterbacks. Like, I don't like to invest in free agent players when you don't have a team because you're literally just wasting money. You're killing your cap for no reason. But Cam Newton was so freaking cheap, and you could have got him. At the very least, he has the running abilities or the experience or anything, the freaking common knowledge to dump the ball off to your running back, like anything. And we don't do that. We bring in fucking Tim Boyle from the Packers, who has never seen a snap besides losing yards by taking knees. Like, it's baffling. And this is the type of shit where fans start scratching their head and are like, yo, Campbell, I was rocking with you, but now you really started to piss me off.
But you know the sad part about it, though? And this is something that you brought up that we got to get into, because it's some reports that it's some grumbling inside the Lions den. And to me, these reports are very telling and very scary, in my opinion. Like, seriously. And as far as I'm concerned, this is disgusting to me. Let's get right into this because this blew my mind. People, this report, you know, that's the wrong one. That's the headline. I got to get over here. Here we go. This report comes as they say one of the reasons that the play calling was taken from Anthony Lynn and that there's a good chance that Anthony Lynn's about to get fired is because of the following. A source close to the whole situation says Lynn had a very, very difficult time connecting with star quarterback Jared Goff. Now, I used the word, starting quarterback Jared Goff. Now, I used the word connecting loosely because it's more deep to this. The source said that the relationship never really clicked. The overall structure of the passing game and the game day tendencies with play calling has quickly become an issue for the winless Lions as well. And this tells me that Anthony Lynn came in here probably being told that, hey, we're going to get you this quarterback or that quarterback, and we're going to go from there. And then they ended up with Jared Goff, and he was like, oh, okay. Why'd you do that? Like, it tells me he's not sold on Jared Goff. He does not have the same belief in Jared Goff and does not believe that his offense can work with Jared Goff. And at this point, it appears that it does not. Lynn goes on to say Lynn has a long-time running back assistant in the league and a head coach with the Chargers, was also having difficulty with the elements of the run game as well with different opinions about blocking scheme and frustrations over the usage of everything back DeAndre Swift. So this now tells me the next following thing, that Deuce Staley's voice was louder in the coach's room than Anthony Lynn. And because of that, they were telling Lynn, look, we're going to do it this way, and forcing him to do things outside of what he wanted to do. And he's like, okay, I'm going to try to make it work. But I'm in agreement with Lynn because I don't like the way we were using Swift neither. Hell, I got mad that week 1. I'm like, so why are we not starting him?
Right.
Like, I'm trying to figure it out.
See, it's funny because before the season started, I had a lot of skepticism regarding Anthony Lynn because I was not a big fan of him. And it's interesting to see this because, like, if a quarterback can play the first time you see this man. Like, day one, you can tell if someone's going to be a baller or not. Don't get me wrong. People can improve, whatever, and what's around them can improve, but in this case, like, it only took a game to really know, like, all right, Jared Goff ain't it. And then you start watching it game after game after game, and you really know, like, okay, like, there's a problem here. I don't care if you have $30 million invested in him and he was a part of the trade. Fans don't care about that either. We want to win. We want to see a fun team go out there and compete. And we know damn well Jared Goff are not winning shit. So why is he starting? Then you have a monster running back, which if you gave him touches like Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Zeke, whatever, would be
don't do that. Don't do that. I was told that. I was told you can't compare those two, even though I was saying it's 33 runs, not 33. Remember, I had Easy on who said that it was different. I said, wait a minute, 33 runs is 33 runs. I don't care who's doing it. Oh, they got a receiver. I don't care. They ran the ball. It still counts as a run. Doesn't make sense to me. But Top Dog says, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Campbell's responsibility to put us in a position to win. If he's listening to management, that's on him just as much. You don't get no disagreement out of me, Top Dog. I'm in agreement with you. It falls on the head coach, but most of us knew that this was going to be a rough season. I did not believe that. Lions Lee said the only one that believed in Goff was Holmes. That's the only one. I don't even think Dan Campbell believed in him. I think Dan Campbell was thinking he coming in with Matthew Stafford, and Stafford asked for a trade, and he went fudge. So, and then here come Don Burr with some interesting questions. So what it says, what other veteran offensive coordinator could be here after seeing a vet like Anthony Lynn do these yank mid-season? Coach, watch this type of BS happen to him. Couldn't happen to my attitude. Andrew, what's your thoughts on this?
Listen, the problem is like, no matter what job you're in, coaching, management, freaking retail, whatever it is, nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to come in and someone dictate what they're doing and how to do the job. If you are competent, there's no freaking reason for that. Anthony Lynn was a head coach. He was an offense coordinator, all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I don't like him, but for you to say, hey, you have to play this quarterback, hey, you have to incorporate Jamal Williams more, especially to begin the game, that's stupid. I'm literally just going to be like, all right, fuck it. Do whatever you want, because I'm just going to kind of take my check day by day until the season's over. I'm leaving because nobody wants to deal with that. You're a grown man. You're the offensive coordinator. Let him do his job, bro. Like, if he's telling you, hey, Jared Goff sucks dick,
yeah,
you need to take that into consideration and see why. And it's very, very obvious. Like, it's not like he has a different opinion of this and it's like, okay, it's objective, it's subjective. Like, no, it is clear as day in the film. It's clear as day on the stats. There's no way to look around it. Jared Goff is an awful quarterback. So why are we keeping him? That's where, if I was Anthony Lynn, I'd be losing it right now. I'd be like, you want to take my play calling away? How about you give me, let me pick my quarterback and let me start my running back I want to, and then see how we do, and then take my play calling away if I can't do something. Don't take it away because you're forcing me to use an idiotic quarterback and a friggin' running back that should be the supplement and not the starter.
And now it makes me wonder, when all the reports came out that Lynn could be leaving for a coaching job, it makes me wonder, now this is why this was coming out, because there was conflict in-house. They even had a whole meeting and everything, basically saying, look, what do we got to do to be put in a better situation and so forth and so on. And it just didn't happen. It is what it is. Now, Zach J says, I don't understand any argument of what quarterback should play. We suck. Throw them all in there and see what each of them have. Whereas 0-9-1, what do we have to lose? Well, we have to lose the record because we wouldn't have been 0-9 if somebody else played that can get the ball down the field, whether it be via their legs or the arm. And at this point, Tim Boyle had been out way too long to be starting. He has not earned that right. It's an insult to David Blau, who has been there taking those second string and first string reps when people was getting hurt, to then turn around and go, well, Tim Boyle's back and he's better than you because he's about to have this gun. But again, I didn't see it. Where was this velocity and all this stuff they're talking about? Like, come on, bro. I just don't see it, man. And to me, the fan base we gotta get away from headlines. We have to. You got headlines saying he in over his head and all this other stuff. Come on, man.
You know what kind of makes my head scratch is the fact that, you know, in the offseason, the whole thing around our team that got fans excited was, I'm not going to dictate this. I'm not going to dictate that. We got smart people in the building. I'm going to utilize them. I'm going to utilize their experience. I'm going to utilize this. And we're going to collaborate and come up with a winning culture, a winning, you know, team, whatever. And now I'm like, bro, there's no collaboration here because you're telling me that the majority is saying Goff should be the starter. I can't believe that. Like, there's no way that is true. And if it is, they should fire every single one of our front office and coaches because that has to be the dumbest crap. Like, you clearly have no competence if the majority is saying Goff should be my starter. And then Tim Boyle, like you said, coming off injury, is now our starter. There's no reason that this should be happening. I don't care that we're 0-9-1. Win a game.
If you wanna be angry at Dan Campbell for anything, that is the one thing you can be angry at him at. It's the fact that you somehow, and if the answer becomes, well, I was told to do this, then that's even worse. You know, like it's ridiculous. Oh, he was saying I didn't understand why Blau didn't play. Boyle sucked during preseason, and Blau at least moved the offense. Everything, every report that I read, and I went to 2 practices, he was never good. I swear he was missing a wide left, wide right, or overthrowing them.
I can't believe he made the team.
And listen, do you remember when he made the team? We had a whole stream. It was like, oh, I can't believe he made the 53. Like,
all bashing left and right. And I told you I'm not a supporter of any of these quarterbacks, and I especially am not a supporter of Blau. But Blau is our best quarterback on the team. How the hell did Tim Boyle make the team? Like, do you just hate like Blau that much? Like, I don't understand. Why do you have him on the team then?
And that's the part that I don't get. Antonio Jenkins says, what type of quarterback does Dan like, and what type of quarterback does Brad Holmes like? If I'm going by Dan Campbell's pedigree, who he learned from Sean Payton and he learned from Bill Parcells, he wants quarterbacks who are overly intelligent that can manipulate the pocket using their actual physical body. Not people who are going to take off and run, but people who can look off the safety and make things happen without their legs, but their brain. And what I think
that reminds me of,
who?
I hate to even say this. Have you watched the Patriots this year?
Bruh, I've been paying attention to Mac Jones since he got there, and I'm like, y'all don't realize what's happening over there.
I literally am watching this kid this week, and I haven't seen a lot of him, but I've been like, you know, kind of watching here and there. The kid is doing everything you need him to do, and he doesn't have shit around him.
And he's getting better and better.
Yeah, he's getting better each week. The guy has no receivers. He has, like, you know, his tight ends aren't bad if they stay healthy. And his run game is efficient, but he doesn't have any stars. And they're killing it. They are literally killing it. And it makes you wonder, like, okay, like, you know, like this guy isn't that athletic and, you know, all this stuff. And they're murdering teams.
Yeah, I just don't think that – I think Anthony Lynn is not a fan of Jared Goff, and I think the quarterback he wants to go with is David Blau, and I think he wants to be more run heavy. But I've been screaming this from the get-go that we should be like the Tennessee Titans. We should be running the ball to death and not doing this split stuff. I'm sick of this 14 carries. One game where we got over 20 carries. Man, come on, man. We got to do better than
You know what's
that.
baffling too is, you get Decker back, and what are you doing? Why are you not pounding the rock? Especially against a team that has 2 monster DNs. Like, why are you not hitting like the ground game hard, man? Like, you have your offensive line has beefed up a little bit because you got Decker back. You have Swift. You just got Jamal Williams back. You should have ran the ball 30 plus times that game. And the majority of your passes should have been dump passes.
Bruh, I was so happy last week when they ran the ball 39 times. And everybody was like, oh, you can't do that. And I'm like, the only problem is the kicker missed. I don't understand why y'all don't see this. If the kicker makes this kick, it don't matter. If DeAndre Swift picks up that first down on that draw play on 3rd and 14, everybody's talking about brilliant play call. But there was a play call in the Steelers game on 4th and 1 that I hated, and we got it. I hated that call.
Yeah.
It was just too much risk for me.
I think it's hard because when you look at it, like I was saying earlier, like the odds of converting a draw play on 3rd and 12 is so minuscule. So like even if you it wasn't to really get anything. It was to do 2 things. It was to, one, see what you get, and when you don't, like if you get something, if you get a big chunk of change, let's say you get it down to where it's 4th and 2, then you might go, okay, let's go for it on 4th. But if you get 10 and it's 4th and 4, you might go for it, right? But if you don't, then okay, cool. We punted. My defense has shown me that they can hold up and live to the task. And even still, the pressure got to a young team because, as I shown in the clips earlier, they folded on 2 third downs. And I'm like, you got to make those stops. You had them tackled. Yeah. You letting them fall forward and stuff. It's like, come on, man. I know. And I know you hate hearing this shit, but it really bothers me watching these games when we're literally winless. And I see some very, very questionable calls. And it's always giving the other team first downs on 3rd downs and 4th downs and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, where was this penalty? Where was this hands to face? Where was this hold?
I swear, I watched it. Like, I'm like, where's the hand to the face?
There was nothing. Like, he didn't even touch
the pass interference. I was like, what the hell did I miss?
Dude, I literally, and it drives me nuts because I don't care if we lose and we just didn't play as well and whatever. Like, it's part of the game. Any team will lose. But to see so many 3rd downs and 4th downs get converted into first downs when we lost by 3 points and they ended up scoring on that drive, that pisses me off beyond belief.
Are you reading this?
What? Well,
Luke still doesn't understand how slamming Swift until the D line 33 times a game isn't sustainable. Who said anything about 33 times? Who said anything about 33 times?
He carries, man.
This is what happened. People say what you don't say, but don't say what you said. This team has ran the ball with one running back 20 times once. And the only reason they lost the game is because our kicker left his leg at the airport. That's it.
Literally. See, here's my problem. Like, I don't understand why people think you have to sustain running backs. Running backs.
Oh my God! Say it again.
The biggest, listen, they're the biggest expendable player on your team. Why? Because no running backs make it past 28 years old, 29 years old. And you have a 5 to 6 year window, and that's if they're elite. Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Zeke. A lot of these guys are not going to make it past 5 years. And they're monsters, right? Like, we all know these are the top running backs in the league. Le'Veon Bell, where's he at? Todd Gurley, where is he at? You wore him the fuck out, and he's done with, and you got 5 amazing years out of him. After that, replace him.
Yep.
These running backs coming out of college are ridiculous nowadays.
The same thing happened with Maurice Jones-Drew. You can just keep going down the list of all these running backs.
Every elite level running back in the last 20 years is done for after 6 years max. So why am I going to give him 12 carries a game for what? To not utilize him enough and then have to pay him big money to still not utilize him? Or by that time, he's already worn out anyways, because that's what the running backs do. There is no good reason to not give Swift 25 touches every single game. Whether it's the ground game, the passing game, whatever it is, there's no good reason. Like, what are you saving him for? You know what I'm saying? Like, 3 years down the road, go draft another running back. I'm sure there's going to be a monster running back.
Like he doesn't even understand. He's like, the Pittsburgh, you said the Pittsburgh game. That's how many carries he had in the game. I said we had one game where a running back had over 20 carries. One.
And that was the only game where we didn't lose.
The hell? Like, what is people having a hard time with?
Right.
These running backs through the first 8 weeks had no more than 14 carries. DeAndre Swift just became the first running back since 2004 Calvin Jones to have back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. Put that in perspective and think about it. Imagine what would have happened if they would have gave him, if you would have say let the ball be thrown 15 times and gave them carries to DeAndre Swift. Oh, well, they was loading the box up, Luke. So what? So what?
Right, if he's converting, it don't matter.
What the hell?
I mean, they do that with every good running team. They load the box up. Why? Because they know if you can't stop that run, it's a wrap. But if that's the case, then what do? You do exactly what the Panthers do. You dump it off to them because they are loading the box. You burn them deep. You do what you got to do, man. Like, it's not that complicated. It really isn't.
I mean, clearly, people just it doesn't even make sense. People want to argue just to argue, Andrew. There's no reason to argue or debate me on facts. You just said the one game where we had a running back to run the ball 20 times or more is the one game we didn't lose. We didn't win it, but we damn sure didn't lose it.
And we should have won if our kicker was.
If the kicker can hit an extra point in a field goal. Come on, man. Now, this right here, Predator King, I think is spot on with this one. Some people are in the chat talking about we should have took the trade from Carolina, took Teddy Bridgewater, and took Parsons and Sewell. I don't think Parsons would have helped this team. Not like that. Not like how you thinking. When he had been a good piece to have, sure. But at the end of the day, I like what he said right here. If you take that, you don't have the extra draft capital in 2022 and 2023. And when I get into the draft talk, you're going to understand why that extra draft capital is so vital for a number of reasons.
Wait, but why wouldn't we have these extra first-round picks? What do you mean?
Because if they had took the trade that was offered up by the Panthers, they would have got the Panthers pick at 8. So they would have had pick 7 and 8. And they would have had Teddy Bridgewater. And they would have had a second next year. No, not even a second. It was a fourth. I'm sorry, it was a fourth.
Sewell and Parsons instead.
Yeah, it was a fourth. They would have had a fourth. But in this case, they got future firsts and seconds and stuff. They got 2 firsts, a third,
and golf.
In golf. So they got a third this year, 2 firsts over the next 2 years, and a quarterback replacement. Yeah, I still think we got the better deal. But again, it doesn't make sense. It says, yeah, I'm just a silly head. I picked the number 33 out of nowhere. No, you just don't listen very well. There's a difference. It's totally different. I'm not making it up. I mean, you're trying to win an argument and saying things that I never said. Let me see. It says, remember Drake Bell? How long did he get used for? He got burned out. Zeke already
from the good, but
it says Zeke already slowly becoming average. Yes, they missed his window. You use him and you this whole sustainable run him again. Seriously.
It's so hard because I get the fan perspective of we have such a good running back, don't ruin him. I get that, but that's not how football works. Every running back is going to get torn down after 4 years. Does not matter. They played running back in college. They took hella hits. They're playing running back in the NFL. They're going to take hella hits. That's how it is, man. Look at the stats. If you literally look at every running back in the history of the NFL, how many of them make it past 30? How many of them make it past 30 that are starters? None of them.
Say it again.
None of them. Frank Gore. Frank Gore is the only one.
I was just saying, Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson is slowly standing in the midst of it. Come on. Joey 2 times says, so just run him until he breaks. He's only scored 16 points. They're not even scoring 16. What you talking about? They've scored over 17 once this season. And that was the first game of the season. It's been 19 or less or whatever. They're struggling. because they won't run the ball. They're splitting carries even between Jamal Williams, who I like, but nobody's worried about him taking it to the house. Nobody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, you don't even have to like take the model of all these other teams. Like, there's just common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at our roster, any person that looks at a roster is going to make two obvious realizations. Hawkinson and Swift are your top two players on offense in terms of playmakers. You have no quarterback. You have wide receivers here and there, whatever, but literally our top three wide receivers all got hurt. What are you supposed to do with that? That is the definitive answer of you pound the rock and you do passes with Hawkinson, passes with Swift, whatever, and you supplement with your wide receivers. It's obvious as shit, but we're not doing it. Like, our defense doesn't have that much talent, and they're killing it. So why can't our offense? It's because coaching and scheme and usage of players. That's why.
I mean, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me, right? People keep on want to talk about stuff, right? They keep on just keeping on, right? Because they want to prove points. Why argue when there's no reason to argue?
So Let me ask you, Luke, because I haven't talked to you in a long time, man. The draft is coming up, right? Are you looking at these quarterbacks coming out of college this year?
I'm not. I haven't even talked draft. In my opinion, anybody talking draft right now is a loser. That's a loser's mentality. That that's like you been in the middle of having sex and thinking about doing your taxes. What are you doing?
Hey man, tax season comes around. You gotta take.
I'm just saying, be in the moment. Be in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but be in the moment. Like, seriously.
Listen, I feel you, bro. But watching these games, there's no moment to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still rooting for the team. I'd go lose my shit when crazy stuff is happening, or we lose by a freaking walk-off field goal for 65 yards, whatever it is. But I am very curious as to if your brain is like, yo, Goff ain't it, Boyle ain't it.
I'll give you this much. I'll give you this much. There isn't a quarterback in this draft that I would be willing to take in the top 10.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
There isn't a singular quarterback in this draft that I would be willing to touch in the top 10. And I'm not making it up. And I'm not trying to be facetious or anything like that. I just don't see that guy.
I 100% agree with you. I'm watching these kids in college right now, and I'm not a big college guy, but they suck. This is a weak quarterback class. And so it makes you wonder, you know, like, are we going to have another freaking year of Goff? Even if we take like Aiden Hutchinson,
you're always going to have another year of Goff, because you got to understand, Brad Holmes coming from a scouting department, he already knew that this guy was going to be here at the very least 2 to 3 seasons.
But here's the thing. Right? You brought in John Dorsey and a couple of these guys from other teams who experienced it, where like, we brought in Brock Osweiler, we paid him, and they never played him. You know, you brought in Nick Foles, never played him. Like, there's a lot of people that realize that, like, I made a mistake financially, but I'm not going to make the mistake in terms of my team starting a guy just because I paid for him. Listen, JGB, I'm telling you right now, don't play with my emotions. We get Arch Manning. I don't even know.
Oh, I'll be shocked.
Lose. I want to lose every single game.
I would be shocked if we got Arch. We got another guest in the building, people. My man Easy is in the building. What up, though, Easy?
What up, though? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, bro. Yeah.
What up, fellas? What up, Andrew? It's been a minute, bro.
Dog, it's been forever, man. I haven't been on in a long time.
Man, listen, Andrew out here is getting ready to take that plunge, and you know,
this is what's gonna happen. Arch Manning, the year he's gonna be drafted, we're gonna get the first overall pick somehow, and then Peyton Manning is gonna come and be our offensive coordinator.
Listen, let me shoot this out here really quick, because I love this point right here. Looney Tunes says, obviously, we don't have to give Swift 33 carries a game, bro. Obviously, like he got 136 on 14. The problem is he should have had about 25 carries. That's the problem. Easy. I'm easy. I'm over it, bro. Help me make sense.
Hold up. I'm so sorry. Predator Kingdom, I've never interacted with you before, and I know you're talking about CJ Stroud. I will never in a million years support an Ohio State quarterback. People before the draft, Justin Fields. And then even during the first couple games of him playing, they're like, yo, he's killing it. Justin Fields blows. Justin Fields absolutely sucks ass. I would rather have Jared Goff than Justin Fields. I'm just kidding, just because Justin Fields can run. But you get my point. Like, he sucks, and he was destroying it at OSU. Stroud's going to be the exact same thing. They don't translate. I don't care. If there were ever a quarterback to translate, it would have been Justin Fields, and he ain't it.
Well, I can tell you this much, man, because Easy had some strong words, and he talked about the run game being more circumstantial than this, and it's so different, and me trying to explain to the masses that they need to be running the ball more. We need to be the Tennessee Titans. And now that you've seen this game, because is it okay if I tell them about our conversation in the chat? Is that cool with you?
Who, me?
Easy? Yeah.
Which
is that okay?
Where
I asked you a very specific question and you gave a very specific yes.
Sure. Okay.
I asked you. You said, why are we not throwing the ball on 3rd and 9? And I asked you and Andrew, do you really trust Tim Boyle to throw the ball on 3rd? And you was like, yes. And as soon as you said that he threw the interception, I was like, I rest my case.
Look, I still do. I still do over Goff all day. This dude hasn't played since August. He could be bad this game.
But that's the problem. He hasn't played since when? Say it again.
August.
Bruh, you can't. That's the real problem that the media should be jumping on. All this draw play on 3rd and 14, that's nonsense. All this your mama jokes getting you a penalty stuff is hurting us. It's nonsense. They lost that game in the first half when they and it really started after that penalty from Josh. I don't even know how many penalties Josh Reynolds had, but God, he was terrible. He was terrible. If he wasn't dropping passes when he got open, he didn't know how to block, and he let that dude muscle him. Like, it's ridiculous.
What really makes me scratch my head is you have awful depth at wide receiver, absolutely awful depth at wide receiver. You literally have Khalif Raymond, and that's basically it. And Amon-Ra has potential, he's not really using right, but that's not the point. Why are you not putting Swift in the slot or something? And then having Williams in backfield. You can do things with your freaking running backs besides line them up at running back.
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Swift is better out of the backfield catching the football because there's not really a way to double team. Bro. There's not a way to double team a guy out of the backfield. You know what I'm saying? That way you get loose and do what Swift does.
Listen,
I'm sure he can run routes and stuff like that.
I
think part of why he's good is because he's coming out of the backfield. You don't
double
guys out of the backfield.
You look at these other teams, right? These ones that use J.D. McKissick, Nyheim Hines, whatever. Bro, they bounce them out. They let them run a simple route. You ain't doing nothing crazy.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's a simple route, and then they got a cornerback on them, bro. It's a one-on-one with a cornerback instead of the whole D line in front of you, 3 linebackers, safety, cornerback, whatever. That is the best way to get him in space where he doesn't have a loaded box, and we don't do any of that. Drives me nuts.
Plus, I don't like the idea of using DeAndre Swift like he theoretic. Can we stop with this? He's so much better at the backfield. This is dumb.
Third and fourth quarter, he's throwing the ball.
Listen, he's even shown me signs that he's been working on his blocking. It's been a few plays where his blocking was the reason they had more time. And I'm like, yo, you can't argue that. This dude is complete. He's a complete back. Give him this whole theoretic treatment we giving him. We gotta stop. And I remember Joyke Bell brought this up because I remember being mad about it too. Where I'm like, bruh, you just gonna really hand the ball off to Zach Zenner like he bought that life. Come on, man. We got to stop with this. Now, it was a question asked, how many games did we hold a team under 20 points? From my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of the 9 games or 10 games, they've held them under that's not even right. Hold on, wait. 1, do that again. 2, 3, 4 out of the 5 out of the 10 games, they've held them under 20 points. And they're doing this with 5th and 6th cornerbacks. Easy. What was your thoughts on this game? I know you was frustrated. You didn't like the draw play, even though it was the right call. What was your thoughts on this game?
Wait, what?
It was the right call. 100% the right call.
This dude.
Yeah, I know. Hey, listen. I've never subscribed to mainstream media's views and stuff, and I don't plan on starting today. It was the right call because you hadn't seen nothing up until that point. Nothing up until that point to suggest that you should let him throw that damn ball. Nothing. And then on top of it, it was so much time left.
He got going in the second half for sure. Not like he was on fire, but like he was completing a lot more passes than he was in the first half. Tim Boyle. A draw on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 13. In the fourth quarter.
When we get off of here, slide me your supplier. Okay, I need to know who your supplier is, so I can get on it with you.
Did he not make more completions in the second half than the first half?
You said he got going.
Yeah, he played way better the second half.
His longest pass was 20 yards to TJ Hockenson. Everything outside of that was 3 yards or less. That's getting going to you. Just
yes.
See, this is why I need to start smoking more.
It ain't nothing like that. Lewis did he complete more passes in the second half than he did the first half?
Oh my God. Okay. Your view is ridiculous. But for the point of your
answer the question, did he complete more passes in the second half than he did the first half?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so he got going.
It may not have been pretty, but you could say that.
He never got going, bro.
It's still a case.
He never got going, bro. Oh my God.
Well, Luke, I'm not talking about like he was on fire. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying he was actually fucking completing passes for once. It's not. I'm not saying, oh, he got hot. That's not the statement I said. I said he got going. He actually started completing some damn passes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Throw a damn screen or some shit.
Let me ask you a question. All right, let me ask you a question. How many passes did he have in the first half? Do you know?
No, tell me.
Let me go to it. I'm going to find it so I can be sure. In the first half, he threw the ball 13 times. He completed 7 of the 13. He finished the game with 23 total passes. He got going because he made 10 more passes.
3 more passes than he did the first half, right?
Okay, hold on. He finished the game, and this is not me making it up. He finished the game, I believe, 15 of 23. I could be wrong. Let's double check.
Let's look.
15 of 23. So that means he already at the halftime had 7 passes completed. 7. That means he completed 8 passes. So for you, that's getting it going. 1 more, he got it going.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, cocaine's a hell of a drug. And I would advise you not to do it.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Dan Campbell even reiterated this himself in the press conference. He threw a lot better in that second half than he did the first half. There's nothing like crazy about that. That's not a fucking crazy like.
That's like you literally crashed in a car.
Did he throw an interception in each half, or did he throw both interceptions in the first?
I believe he threw one in the first, and I believe the other one was in the second.
In the second, you talking about quarters or halves?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the first half. Yeah, he threw both of them in the first.
Okay. He played better in the second half. It's not a debate. It's not anything crazy.
It's definitely not a debate. It's definitely not a debate. You
like that.
You have a very
he was getting going because he's playing better in the second half. I would take this guy over Goff after what I've seen. I mean, I gotta see more actually, to be fair, because it was a very ugly first half. But that second half wasn't terrible.
Jesus, we got people joining. Let me add them in here. Ghost Gunner, what's up, bro? You in the building, bro? Apparently, Tim Boyle played so much better. He got going in the second half.
He threw 2 interceptions in the first half, and none of the second. That would be a lot better.
We're comparing garbage with
garbage sprayed with Febreze. It's not much.
What? Right?
it ain't much of a difference.
He was so far down that the only way he can do is go up. I mean, like, come on. What you got for us, Gunner? I'm listening, bro. We listening. We in the building. What you got for us, man?
I mean, y'all already said everything about the offense. I was more pissed about the D-line in this game because, I mean, look at Nick Chubb's average. He averaged almost 6 yards a carry. The only person who's been doing his job on the D-line consistently has been Lee McNeil. He has no help around him.
Well, he missed one tackle that I thought he should have had, but I will say this. Even in missing that one tackle, I think that the D-line did okay. I thought most of the damage done by Chubb really happened. Like, Chubb really got going in the second half. Like no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He Chubb really in the second half made me go, oh, it's gonna be one of them kind of days. But
that and I thought even though Baker sucked, I thought we still made him too comfortable.
I mean, you know, Chubb at halftime had eight carries for 38 yards. Think about that. 8 carries for 38 yards. I see you one prior 40. Hold tight. He had 8. He's an easy tripping now.
Ain't no tripping. It's not. Is 2 picks worse than 0 picks? Would you rather have 2 picks or no picks?
Bro, you got everybody named mama coming in here. Gunner, what you got for me, man? I got everybody named mama jumping in now. They I know they finna talk to Easy. I know they is. Easy done started a damn fire. What else you got for us, Gunner, man?
Remember last draft we said we need OD tackles.
Oh yeah. I think
we need 2 more. I think we need 2 more.
I'm okay with
Levi can need time to develop.
Pinay
everybody
and
he's another backup nose tackle. We need some more rotational guys. These guys they ain't doing it for me.
I see you, Meek Mills. Don't go nowhere. All right, Gunner, let me get some of these people in here, man.
All right.
Just stay with me. Appreciate you for coming through, bro. Easy, you don't start some shit. One pride 40, you in the building. What up, though?
Hey, what's going on? Hold on. Hold on.
All right, what you got for the people, bro?
All right. Well, first things first, Andrew said a statement I totally disagree with. He said that he don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks, but I'm going to make this argument too. Like Oregon quarterbacks, who was a good quarterback for Herbert?
I thought Joey Harrington was a good quarterback and that the Lions ruined him.
Right. And also Herbert's doing really well as well. Scout the player, not the helmet. That's the rule I go by.
Andrew, that's for you. That's for you, Andrew. I mean, he talking to you. I thought that was for Easy. Easy, you good so far. He came for Andrew.
Hey, I'm with one pride on this one.
Andrew.
Andrew's a fan.
I think it's an ignorant statement.
It's a little biased there. He knows. Andrew knows.
Andrew a little biased because he's a Michigan fan. I mean, but there hasn't been a singular Ohio State quarterback that I trust.
But here's the thing, though. Like, who knows? Like, Justin Fields or CJ Stroud could come out right now and just light the world on fire. You don't know that.
Yes, sir. I'm back. I heard my name.
Andrew, One Pride 40 came to talk to you. He has an issue with your view of the Ohio State quarterback.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, well, you're saying that you have an issue with Ohio State quarterbacks, but who was a good Oregon QB before Herbert came in the building?
I understand exactly what you're saying. And it's not necessarily that. It's that the last 4 or 5 Ohio State quarterbacks have all broken records, won bowl games, whatever it is, and they all suck in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins is the worst quarterback I've ever laid eyes on. He's up there with Trubisky and Jared Goff right now. Like, these guys are not good. And he threw for 5,000 plus yards in college. All right, cool. You know what? Maybe it was just one of those things where the guy doesn't develop.
Right, but Justin Fields can come out of nowhere and just light the league on fire. This is his rookie year we're talking about here.
Yeah, but what has he done to show that?
He kind of Didn't he lay up the Pittsburgh defense?
Don't go nowhere,
even though he had a few mistakes?
Don't go nowhere.
So he's had one good game out of like 9, right? So my thing,
he lit us up, didn't he?
So look though, he has a monster wide receiver in Allen Robinson who he doesn't utilize. He's not doing anything in the passing game. He had one point wise, yeah, they did really well against the Steelers. But overall, you look at Joe Burrow, you look at Justin Herbert, you look at
where did Justin Burrow came out of?
Those guys.
Joe Burrow come out of before he went to LSU.
But the thing is that all of these guys came into the league their rookie year and did fine. They're not throwing 0 touchdowns and multiple interceptions half their games starting.
I mean, but I'm saying scout the player, not the helmet.
Yeah, I mean for sure. But like when you look at Haskins had an amazing arm in college. Justin Fields, amazing arm in college, and he was a dual threat running back, quarterback. You know, so like, why are they not translating then if they have all this talent?
But you're missing my point. I'm not talking about Ohio State quarterbacks in general. I'm saying like any quarterback. We're talking like Bama quarterbacks are not bad before Mac Jones comes in the building.
So what he's saying is don't just use the word Ohio State as the reason that they suck. Tell me about the player. Does the player look good? Because the player could still be successful in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. But for some reason, and it's hard because I understand what you're saying with the Ohio State thing. It's just they don't do well in the league. So, like, all of them, the majority of Ohio State quarterbacks do amazing in college. And they don't have many flaws. But then they come into the league and they just don't translate. You know, the same thing with the Bama quarterbacks. Like the majority of them, they come into the league, they don't do well. Mac Jones, as far as I know, because I don't watch college like that, and I've only been a fan of the NFL like 10 years, they don't do well. And Mac Jones is doing really well, but he also went to the Patriots of all teams, so like.
Well, it's a good landing spot, and he's doing well. A lot of team. A lot of Alabama quarterbacks struggle. Who knows? Bryce Young can come out and just light the league on fire. We don't know that.
I mean, you don't. I mean, 100%. I mean, it's just, for me, like, I'd rather not take the risk than to take the risk. I don't want to be in that quarterback carousel that the Browns and the Lions were in for year after year. Every year you draft a quarterback. He doesn't hit. You draft another quarterback. You bring in quarterbacks. Like, I don't know, man. Like, like me as a fan and just knowing that they don't translate that well and that they didn't have many flaws to begin with, that's worrisome to me. It's just like Bama and LSU. They are wide receiver university, day in and day night.
Well,
so that their wide receivers all translate, man. Like, it's just, for some reason, it happens. Like, you look at all the Bama wide receivers in the last 2 years, all of them were first-round picks.
God, this is why we need the roundtable back more consistently. Appreciate you, One Pride 40.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
Yep, 100%. And Easy, I know Easy started some shit because I know Malik Mills didn't come in here for nothing. Mr. Malik Mills, I know you probably came in here.
Malik Millie.
You came in here for Easy, didn't you? Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Nah, I came in here for Luke. I came in here for you, Luke.
Let's talk about it. Let's go.
I came in here to say, Tim Boyle, this was his first game. So you get ever in the NFL, so you gotta cut him some slack. Preseason don't count. This was his first real game, so you gotta cut him some slack. Let's see how he do, against Chicago, especially without Khalil Mack. He might do way better than what he did in Cleveland.
All right, let's say I decide to indulge you, right? And I jump on board with your view of cutting him some slack. Let me just show you to my first piece of exhibit for this defense. Defend this. I mean, was that his first college game? What are we talking about?
What's my yesterday?
I'm just saying, was that his first college game? Are we just talking about yesterday? Here, I'll do you one better. Hold on. I'll do you one better.
Samuel the third. We're talking about yesterday and the future.
Okay, so it's amazing to me how y'all believe in this. Okay, so now y'all believe in Tim Boyle. So what has he done in the pros? I don't even got to show you those stats. We know that they're not pretty. What has he done in the pros? Nothing. Nobody. Don't get crickets now. What have he done?
He's saying that though. Yesterday was his first game, so yesterday his first game. You know, he don't really even got no stats. What other than 77 yards and 2 interceptions?
All I know is this: he's been out for over 8 weeks. He was outperformed in practice on a regular basis. Easy can ask Corey Woods this and any other person who's went down and watched this.
Who said he was outperforming in practice?
Everyone, every news media outlet. Nobody. I went to 2 practices, and he didn't look good when I was watching him in the 2 practices. Not a singular person had him doing well or outperforming Blau. Everybody talking about how bad Tim Boyle looked.
Let me ask you this. Let me give you an example, Luke. The same quarterback that got the same initials and with the same number as him that's down in Florida right now. Tom Brady. When Tom Brady first started, did Tom Brady look like a quarterback where you could say, oh my God, that is the quarterback of the future right there. When Tom Brady first started, everybody was like, oh nah, this man's some shit. Get him off the field. But now look at him.
So Tom Brady first start is what you want to talk about. I mean, we could do it.
I'm just saying, like, look at his first start and look at Blau.
Because that actually kind of leads into my argument that I was tell you, Luke, is I actually pulled up Matthew Stafford's first start, which I know you're a fan of. All right, 11 to 26, 42% completions, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Now, if I were to judge Matthew Stafford's whole career and who he was as a quarterback, by the way, the game after that he threw 4 interceptions. But if I were to judge like who he was as a quarterback after that one game, his first start, because don't remember this is Tim Boyle's first NFL start. Again, after not playing since August. Like we can't trash him right away, man. Especially it being his first time playing since August. Now I'm not telling you he's gonna be Matthew Stafford. I'm not telling you he's gonna be a Pro Bowl, anything. I'm just telling you from what I've seen, I still have more faith in this guy than I do Jared Goff.
Okay.
So far.
So let me try to quickly put some perspective on this. You just talked to me about the stats of one Matthew Stafford, a quarterback who joined the NFL's first 0-16 team, in comparison to Tim Boyle, who has literally been.
This team.
Hold on, wait. I didn't cut you off.
Okay.
I didn't cut you off.
Okay.
Compared to Tim Boyle, who has been in the league, sitting behind Aaron Rodgers the whole time. Like he had a chance to ease into it. Stafford was tossed in feet first to the fire. This man was what even gave the fire. He had on a full fire suit. They like, you know what? We're gonna ease you along. He gets released after they drafted multiple quarterbacks. And gets over here. And this is his performance. And I'm supposed to believe he bought that life. When nothing has come out positive about this guy. The only thing positive about him is at least he was willing to go through his progressions, whereas I didn't see that with Goff. That's it.
Luke, you can't say that because he's never had an opportunity to prove anything to you.
Oh, he just did.
It's all been preseason play. This is his first start. Okay, so he just did, right? So did you have that same mindset with Matthew Stafford after that first game? After it was 2 games, I should say.
Matthew Stafford joined the 0-16 team and had to start immediately.
Okay. That's okay, cool. How many wins this team got, Luke?
Huh?
How many wins this team got? The team that Tim Boyle joined yesterday, how many wins does this team got?
It was more than 0-16.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's a bad team, bro.
Listen, wait a minute.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
What are you resting your case on? You talk about a team that won more games than the team that won. Andrew, get in here and make some sense of this.
Listen, I'm still thinking about how these guys were saying that Joe Burrow started at LSU and then went to LSU, because that just goes to show you that LSU can't evaluate quarterback talent because they let Joe Burrow go. But I'm not even going to get into that. Anyways, listen, the Tim Boyle thing, I don't care about the Stafford thing, right? Like, dude, you did inherit 0-16 team. You had no coaching. You had Calvin. That's it. Everything else is trash, man. O-line was trash. Running back.
Everything. The whole roster ain't even in the league no more.
Like, everything, man. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I get what you're saying in the sense of, like, first start. But, like, yo, sometimes it's just not the same, man. And Tim Boyle, like, you can see it.
He just sucks, man. Like,
yeah. And again, I'm not telling you guys that this dude's like a Pro Bowl receiver or a quarterback or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm not like judging him completely off this one game.
Okay. Now, let me go back. Let me go back to Malik.
I do feel like he turned it around in the second half.
I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead, Malik.
One more thing before I leave. All right. Like, okay, like he said, I'm not saying he a Pro Bowl quarterback or a future Hall of Famer, but I'm just saying, I feel he's better than what we've seen, especially because for one, his receivers yesterday, except for Armand and I think Khalif. Okay, I ain't really get to see the game, but I seen the little highlights. What's his name? The Reynolds. Reynolds was dropping most of the passes he was throwing to him yesterday. Like that one interception that he did. What was it? The second interception? The second interception was not his fault. That was not his fault at all. Reynolds just ran, looked up at the ball and seen the Cleveland. Who was it? Ward, and seen Ward jump over top of him and just say, "Oh, okay," and just like said, "Forget the play."
I took that interception out. He still sucked. What do you explain this ball that far behind Swift? How? Melko Smith has not had an interception since the Super Bowl with Seattle. He's been on 3 different teams by this point. Man, come on. We can't be. Oh, come on now.
Now that one kind of wasn't even on. That one was on him and Swift. That was on him and Swift right there. Swift. It looked like Swift. When you look at the play, it looked like Swift was supposed to be right there where you saw the ball at when it was
Andrew, please explain to him again.
Listen. I played a little quarterback myself. You know what you do in that situation? You evaluate what's going on, right? It's 3rd and 12. There's multiple linebackers there. First of all, I'm taking Hawkinson over the middle and I'm scoring a touchdown, but that's just me. We're not going to get to that point. But in that situation, there is a 1% chance that Swift sits there and gets to the first down marker. You have to continue his momentum, throw the ball, and lead him forward so that he has momentum going forward and that he can make a move. If you have him sit there and there's 3 linebacker safeties, whoever it was there's nothing he can do. They're going to close in on him, and they're going to shut him down. There's no way you're converting that. So unless you're guaranteed going for on 4th, there's no way you're going to convert that. So you lead him, get forward, and allow him to try and make him play so that the defense can't converge on him. But instead, he's like, nah, you're supposed to sit there. For what? Why are you going to even throw that ball then? You might as well have taken the shot over the middle with Hawkinson that had no one around him, and you could have scored a touchdown.
Well, I can't make this stuff up.
You don't drop it.
And thank you for having me on. Thank you, Luke.
100%, man. Thanks for rocking with me, man.
Millie.
Look, man. Easy. Listen, you been at Woodward Sports too long. You got the people in here losing their damn mind, man. What? 8 more passes, and you talking about he got better.
Because the first half was fucking atrocious. He was missing guys by fucking half a mile. Listen, Tim Boyle sucks, but he did not suck as bad in that second half as he did the first half. He hasn't played since August. He has no rapport with these wide receivers. This is Josh Reynolds' first game with us. Like, bro, he sucks. I'm not telling you this guy is good, but I'm down to see him again Thursday.
I can't tell you how mad I am that Andy Dalton is starting compared to Justin Fields.
I am too.
I wish Justin Fields was playing, bro.
Like I am too. I would rather have Justin Fields play because I think he'll make more mistakes, and I think Dalton will play much better. And we're going to have to actually touch him.
Did you see what happened this week? As soon as Justin Fields went out, the Bears actually started clicking, and they almost won the game.
I know.
They scored 2 touchdowns.
I know.
I'm pretty sure.
Bro, like Fields wasn't doing anything. They literally brought in freaking Red Rifle or whatever his nickname is, and they started scoring, bro. Like they literally had the lead with 30 seconds left. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference compared to freaking OSU. Obviously quarterback university over here. Like,
I just listen.
Look,
I don't know how we're gonna do this, man. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we got to get the roundtable back. I know we all been busy, but we can find a way to make it work. Even if we pre-record it, I think we should find a way to get it back. Dr. Detroit said, "Easy, you here to get talking points, bro?" Like, just kidding. What up, Easy? Oh my God! But listen, We got to find a way to round table back. I miss this. I miss hearing some of these things that I'm hearing right now. A guy who gets 38 yards in the second half after getting 39 in the first, he got going. Like statistically, everything said that he was terrible. I mean, that man QBR was 6.7. I don't think they do that no more. Like, that's bad. But I get your point, man. He said, please bring back the round table. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna figure this out. I know we're gonna figure this out. Because I need to talk to Easy more often. I'm worried about him.
It's nothing crazy about what I'm saying. I'm not telling you he's a good quarterback at all. I'm just saying he played better in the second half than the first half.
Listen.
That's all.
Listen. Let me ask you a question.
He's like, oh man, I gotta come back in.
Let me just ask you a question. If you get into a fight in MMA and a dude just beating the brakes off of you, like you this whole time you running and you land a punch, is that an improvement? That would be an improvement, right? Because you got a punch where you didn't get it before. That don't mean that you got going. That means you got a punch. You still got your ass whooped. And I don't understand how we gonna act as a guy who threw 8 more passes with 38 compared to the 39 he had in the first half got going. He finished the game with 77. Jesus, I'm gonna pray about it. I'm just gonna.
You speak as if I'm saying it from like he like got hot or some shit like that.
I'm not saying that. I'm speaking as if
he got into his flow. He's making a lot better throws than he was in that first half. The first half, he's missing them boys by miles. Second half wasn't what the first half was at all. I'm telling you, like you just put on the tape and watch it. There's nothing crazy about it. You can literally watch it. Like,
okay. I literally cannot make this up. And this is why we need the damn roundtable back. Easy, quit being so busy. Andrew, quit acting like you in love, man.
Tomorrow.
Quit acting like you in love, man. So in love, man.
Busy, bro. I literally was supposed to work until like 7-8 o'clock tonight, and I was like, I'm not doing all that.
So just for the record, in the first half, he was averaging 5.5 yards per pass attempt, and in the second half, he was averaging 4.75. Yeah, he got going.
He learned to check it down to Swift.
I know. Let's see. We got Lions Lee who jumped in here. I was getting ready to go to final thought, but when Lions Lee come in here, we stop everything. Okay, Lions Lee, what's going on, bro?
What up, folks?
Man, listen. I know you came in here for Easy, but don't hurt him too bad. He know not what he do.
No, I ain't come here just for Easy. But I just wanted to
watch with your eyes.
Chime in on a couple of the topics we talked about today.
Go ahead, man. Hit us up. What you got?
Yeah, so the first thing, like we were talking about earlier, like about Campbell's game plan. I believe, like I said earlier in chat, it was a great game plan, but just the execution part of it is what failed. And the execution comes down to the players executing the game plan. Now, who has partial fault of that? The coach as well. Because he's putting these players in that he thinks can execute that play. So if he's putting Reynolds in on this play that he needs him to catch the ball, or if he's putting Williams in instead of Swift, which we know Swift can be a beast if he gets those carries, that's all on the coach right there. So I do give him flack for making those bad coaching calls in those situations.
Yes, and you should. And I'm in agreement that you should, because in my opinion, the headlines ain't talking about why is Tim Boyle starting. The headlines ain't talking about why is we only getting 14 carries out of a running back, or better yet, why is Jamal Williams starting the game when he's been out hurt? Exactly. They're not talking about that. And so those are the parts where you can start to question the coach on and say, how do you explain this? If it's about competition, nothing showed that David Blau was worse than Tim Boyle. Nothing. Not in-game action, not practice, nothing. In fact, they cut him and brought him back.
Exactly. And that's one of my problems too, Luke, is because, Williams was hurt. We played him. Boyle was hurt and didn't get any practice in for 8 weeks, and we played him. Now, just off of GP, I would have played Blau because he's been there on the field, having that throwing rhythm, working on that the whole time, right?
That makes sense to me.
That part's going on. And then your game plan is to win by running the ball. Blau gives you a better chance with his feet, even though he's not a runner. He has that scramble ability to get you those extra yards, maybe on the scramble when you need to, for somebody like Boyle.
Easy, what you got to say to that? Because Easy said he got going in the second half. So Easy gonna take this one. Easy, what you got to say to my man Lee? Lee just put it out there for you.
And you had the Lions winning 8 games, Luke. Sit down.
Oh! You had us winning 8 games. You had us winning 8 games too. Remember, you had to
listen.
You had to catch
I
yourself.
do agree.
He said, "What?" I said, "That's 8 games." What? No, that's not right.
No, I agree. That makes perfect sense. The Blau thing makes perfect sense. The thing that we can't speak on for sure that you guys are saying though is about the like practice. Like we're not there in practice. I would have to say Dan Campbell, Anthony Lynn probably have a better football mind than us. I just have to. I'm assuming that's the scenario with this.
We're saying that, but we're questioning their call to run the ball
for sure.
14 at that too.
For sure. And hey, I agree. That was bad. But I'm just saying that there's obviously something here in Blau that we just haven't seen yet. And again, I'm not saying this kid's good by any means. But I'm just saying we haven't seen the full that thing. I'll touch back on. Here's another thing too with the offense. This offense throughout the season has been like schemed and tailored for Jared Goff. Tim Blau. I'm sorry, Tim Blau. I'm missing a fucking name. Tim Boyle has a different skill set.
That's how much you respect him, Tim Blau. That's how much you respect him. Give him a new name.
It's just different, man. Like he definitely sucks. I'm not telling you like this guy's good at all. I'm saying there's obviously something there that have him over Blau.
Yeah, I feel you. My last thing I wanted to bring up was like y'all was talking about, in the second half, when Blau or not Boyle should have threw the ball instead of us making that, which I believe a smart decision, and running on 30-14.
Makes sense to me.
The reason why is because the game of probabilities, right? That's what it all comes down to. The statistics tell you that everyone knows what we have to do, knows how bad we are, knows we don't have playmakers, and on 30-14 we have no choice but to throw it. Now, you got some of the best pass rushers, as far as the defense on that team, and you got a quarterback that can't, consistently make throws. You increase your probability for the defense of winning by teeing off against them and rushing the passer and blitzing, right? So that you're playing the 2-day hands if you pass the ball on that down, giving them a higher chance to get a turnover. And Coach Campbell was trying to take that equation out of the picture by calling the safe play, running it, punting the ball, defense holding them, and giving us another chance to get the ball, versus fumbling the ball, versus throwing a pick, and then they can run the timeout, but just run the ball, and we haven't lost our shot basically.
Listen, I can't argue. Listen, I can't argue with nothing he said. Anybody disagree?
No. I see his point, but I still think you throw the football.
I just don't see how you throw the ball on 3rd and 14 with Boyle, bro. I don't see it. Okay,
I'm glad I'm not the only one messing up the name.
Okay. We throwing it. Who's getting the ball on that play?
Anyone. I mean, you gotta give them.
Everyone knows.
You want to win the game. You want to start biting kneecaps. Like, go for it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but everyone knows in the world Hawkinson's going to be that target.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was open on
I would say Josh Reynolds too.
Listen, this other part that they're not taking into effect, Lee, is this part that it's 3rd and 14. Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney can pin their ears back and go.
Exactly. I'm saying all you gotta do is create pressure. They get there and hit his arm. It's a pick. It's waiting to happen. That's a turnover. Like in that situation, that's why that's why they get paid their money. They get paid the pass rush, right? So they look for those downs. That's where they make their money at on those 31 downs.
That's prime. If I'm that DN,
so
it's 30-14. I'm telling you, I don't care what you run on the ground. I'm coming straight to you.
What's up,
Lee? So you agree with running the ball at 3rd and 13? Like that's what
for our team in this situation, yes. For our team in this situation, just because we've been predictable up until last week when we played Pittsburgh, where we didn't pass on that, and it's all about playing the safe game for him because he's wanting, just to get another chance to score points versus, fumbling the ball or turning over and then just taking ourselves out of the game. Because we've been shooting ourselves in the foot the whole game.
This just ain't the bite and kneecap team or scheme that I was looking forward to. Like I get
it. I think it should have been more aggressive in some of the And some of the
because in the same scenario, like it don't have to be fucking. I'm sorry for swearing, but it don't have to be Hawkinson to be the target. Like Swift can still be a playmaker when he catches the football too. Like
easy. They
give yourself options because when you run the football, you're limiting yourself to one option to get that first down. When you pass the football, you have multiple options to get that first down.
But you run the ball until they prove they can stop you, and then that opens up your other options.
And if he had to get the first on that call, y'all have been talking about some gutsy call. Like, come on, we can't do hindsight 2020. It
is a gutsy call because it's a silly call. Like,
but also agree with Andrew. Why not put Swift out wide? And he has that experience being in with the Saints and them having Camario over there who can play any position. Why aren't we taking some of his stuff that he got from Sean Payton and putting this in this offense to kind of use Swift in all facets of the game?
Now, this is a good point right here from Looney Tunes. He says it would take longer for those receivers to run past the sticks than it would be for Garrett and Clowney to get the pressure.
Exactly.
I don't know how this is difficult.
You're talking about, so you give the ball to your playmaker. You can still give Swift the ball in a passing situation. You're talking about odds and stuff like that. You're giving yourself more odds of getting the first down.
I agree. So if they would have put Swift out wide, then give him that chance to go one-on-one a linebacker, and make that catch. Sure, but they didn't call that play. So that's why I'm saying, like, he might not have trusted the quarterback to be able to make that throw, or, I don't know if the center got back in the game at that point in time for the offense to hold up and give him enough time to throw.
JGB set a perfect line right there.
But that's exactly his thinking. That's why the call is not wrong. Your defense has been holding for the most part, minus the penalties. And I'm telling you, if I'm them, I'm thinking the same thing because guess what? At that point, I had 2 minutes and 29 seconds to get the ball back with 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. There's no way I never thought I wasn't going to get the ball back, which Dan Campbell said, I never thought we was not going to get the ball back. Because the defense was doing their job. So I just don't, to me, that's kneecap biting. You have to put it on the
kneecap bite.
Why is it not?
Playing it safe, just as you said. You literally, words out of your mouth, playing it safe.
I didn't say that. Lee said that's playing safe. I said that it was the right call and that I do not trust Tim Boyle to throw on 3rd and long. I just don't. 3rd and 14, I'm telling you, man, them DNs was going to collect that. They were going to blitz and everything, bro. There's no way.
Hey, Luke, how many sacks they have in the game on the game?
I'm sorry, what now?
How many sacks did they have that game?
Who, the Lions?
No, the Browns.
Somebody was saying they had 1 sack, right?
No, they had none. 0.
No, they had none. None. There was
why?
time.
Because he didn't give them an opportunity to tee off on them.
Dude, we were throwing the ball short and quick the whole game and running the ball. What are you talking about? They were throwing the ball short and quick. They was
not pass rushing on first and second down like that.
Hold on. See, this is where I'm starting to question some stuff. Let's just get to the paper part of it all and be honest about this. You said they had 23 chances, right? That man got a 3.3 average. That they getting the ball out hot, and they ran the ball 23 times for 160. They had more rushing yards, bro. They had a higher rushing average than they did passing. This is why they didn't get a sack. We was running it down their throat. What are you talking about?
That's part of it. But clearly our tackles are doing the damn job.
That's all of it.
You still pass the football. I mean, this is going to be something we disagree on. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. But I'm just saying it makes sense to pass the football, in my mind, way more than it would be to run.
Look right here. Look right here and look hard. How many receivers have caught a ball in here? I'll wait. How many? How many receivers caught a ball?
12-yard average right there off 1 catch. So it's clearly possible, right?
How many receivers caught a ball in this game? I'll wait. 1.
Easy. If that was me and like say like we had Goff in that game right there and we had to do that same play, I would probably pass in that case just because he's familiar with Reynolds. So he has multiple options. So Reynolds knows what Goff's going to do.
I'm passing with any damn body because you need the first down. You're not going to get the first down on the draw.
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
I need you. Okay? I need you. We gonna run the intervention real quick. We got to help our brother. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. If your whole offense was done because of a rushing attack, why are you now putting the ball in the hands of a guy who got 2 interceptions? And your argument is, well, he didn't get sacked. He didn't sack.
I mean, there comes a time and place for everything, right? And in this scenario, like, you have to throw the ball. It's 3rd and 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, your quarterback has been kept clean. He's not getting hit. He's not taking sacks. If he's kept clean, you got to take that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no run play that's going to get you 12 yards on 3rd down. I'm sorry. The odds of that happening is probably less than 1% chance. So I'd rather take that shot, develop some creative play, or even set a freaking screen pass to your running back. Literally anything to where you're not running the ball up the middle or something, and you have higher odds.
Swift can still be a playmaker for you out of a pass.
Exactly. You're not going to convert on long. We've seen all season. We have not converted on 3rd and long, like basically ever. But you still have to take that pass attempt, man. We tried it all game. 3rd and long, run the ball, nothing. 3rd and long, run the ball, nothing. So why are you trying?
There was a couple of attempts where we were pretty close.
We tried to throw on a few 3rd and longs, and they died fast. Like, seriously, on 1st and 10, it was a dead play. 3rd and 9, dead play. Come on, man.
At the beginning of the year, we tried that, and that's when Goff was having those fumbling problems, and they, took his hands, he dropped the ball.
And people were saying that Campbell was too aggressive. Nah, he's not aggressive. I can't take it no more. Make your mind up. Look at this game.
It's not making a mind up. It's assessing the situation.
I've assessed it.
That's exactly why you make that call, because you're assessing the situation.
So let me ask you,
this is not a good idea.
That's a terrible call.
How many times on a single rushing attempt have we gone for over 10 yards?
What do you mean?
How many times this year have we ran over 10 yards on one play?
A few.
A handful.
All right, it's not half of them, because if it was half of them, our running backs would be averaging like 8 yards.
Well, here's the better part of it. We can look it up. We don't even got to ask the question. We can look it up. I'm telling you, it's happened a few times. But the problem is they don't stick to the run long enough consistently. So at that point, it don't even matter.
We stuck to the run in this game, Luke.
No, they did not. You cannot tell me we stuck to the run and you finished the half with 11 rushes, 2 of them being to a fullback, 4 going to DeAndre Swift, and the other 5 going to Jamal Williams. We didn't stick to the run. We stuck to the run last week. The Browns stuck to the run. That's how they won the game. So let's just look at it. We can just go find the Lions, and we can.
Hey, Luke. Before you go on, I just want to say appreciate for inviting me on. I'm gonna drop out of here, fellas. If y'all want to come join the Discord, man, we have some fun football talking there.
100%, man. Listen, first of all, people don't realize this, but that Discord be popping because Lee got that figured out. I have no clue how it works. I barely know how to send a message. But they be in there having all kind of conversations: basketball, rap, football, you name it. We video games. And it's a joy to be in, man. But appreciate you for coming through, man, and all your help. 100%. Like I said, I don't know what we're doing right now. But we talking about going over 10 yards and people is panicked. I don't get it. Let's take a look. Look at this. 1, 13, 13, 13, 8, 8, 8. We right up there with everybody else. Come on, man.
All right,
run a damn ball.
Out of 245 attempts, 8 times. 8 times.
Wait. What are you saying? Because out of 310 attempts, 8 times. 291 attempts, 8 times.
But I'm saying,
and that's just showing. Yeah, you're proving the point more. Luke.
The likelihood of busting off a run to get that first down is minuscule, like less than 5%.
It's not. Listen, it's not about running there to get the first down. He trusted the defense as he should have.
That's fine. You can trust the defense, but why not do a dump pass to your running back? Why not take a chance on a slant route?
Because at that point, once you do the little, let's say you do a slant route, the ball being in the air has a higher percentage of being a turnover with the ball being in the air.
100%. But
if
you can't trust your quarterback to throw a dump pass or a slant route,
no, it's not. It's not playing scared. It's saying I've watched 3.5 quarters and he ain't here. He ain't doing it. He's not getting it done.
Scared. You're scared he won't be able to get it done.
Yeah, just keep giving the ball to the quarterback because that's not scared. Just give it to the quarterback. Just
do you want to get a first down and win the game?
The first down don't win the game. That's a false belief. It does not win the game.
But you want to get a first down, continue your opportunity to win the game.
Now you want to change the scenario. It doesn't win the game.
I'm not changing the scenario. That's just the context that I meant. You twisted my words around, so I had to fix it up for you.
I'll show you. I'll bring it down here. I think it was.
You're not showing me, Luke. You're not showing me anything. I just showing me 245 attempts. Only 8 of them broke off for 20 yards. That's right. All the odds I need.
Right, but we didn't even look at the 10-yard runs tonight. He just said how many went for over 10.
Okay, let's go to the 10-yard runs.
But I don't need to go to the over the 10-yard runs. The reason I don't need to go to the over 10-yard runs is because at the end of the day, what you don't understand is you're trying to put trust into a person who hasn't done anything for 3.5 quarters to warrant your trust.
But why can't you do a screen pass? Same likelihood, dude. Like you have to be an idiot to throw a freaking interception on a screen pass. Honestly,
well, he almost did it.
You can look right here stuff like Kansas City does, where it's a fake screen to Hawkinson and then you dump it off to Swift on the other side.
Bro, he almost did it right here, bro. Look where we at. We ain't even crossed the 50. Come on, bro. We're not even crossed the 50. Look at this. He go on screen pass, ate it up. Let's talk about it. Now we on 3rd and freaking 14. What the hell you calling? We're not even over the 50. Yeah, increase your chances. Throw the ball. They wasn't waiting for it. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all killing me now. Look, we've been on 2 hours and 20 minutes. We are definitely going to do this again. I don't know if y'all game for tomorrow or not. Y'all let me know. If y'all game for tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow.
I was going to do one of the safe places tomorrow.
Okay, we do the safe place, and we get it popping. I'll tell you, get everybody.
We can make it a round table. We get everybody in. I don't care. I'll call it a round table.
Call it the safe place round table with SpeakEZ. There it is. Bam. Love it.
It could be a DSA round table. I think Rachel's free on Tuesday. She said too.
Don't say that. Don't tell me Rachel's out here free in these streets. Listen, I got to see this now because now he makes a good point about the 3rd down conversion. This is something that I think he won't. So let's see. How many damn 3rd downs we don't have? Where the hell we at?
Probably not many because our offense blows.
128. 128. Like this doesn't even. I can't make this up. 120. What is this? Where's it at? Where's this at? Where's our name at? Right here. Here we go. 128 3rd down attempts. Look at this. Come on, bro. We can't. 3rd and mid. Come on, bro. Come on. Y'all killing me. Softly.
What's going on? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the number of 3rd down attempts. What's our 3rd down conversion percentage?
Trash, dude.
I don't even know how to freaking find it. That's how I'm just like, yo. Where's our 3rd down conversion percentage? I really want to know. I mean, we probably let me see.
It's not gonna be that one.
We got way more rushing touchdowns than passing, and y'all pass the ball. This is crazy.
No one said it would be a touchdown. You just want a first down.
I'm just saying though.
Give me 13 yards to extend the game, extend our opportunities.
What I gotta go to next gen stats in this month? Listen?
That's crazy. There's no 3rd down efficiency,
bro. It's trash. I'll tell you that.
I don't even know where to go for that.
Our 3rd down efficiency is honestly probably under 20%.
I know we was right there with the Browns. So what the hell was I looking for, good people? Yeah, I don't know.
So I can't even look to help you.
Yeah, I don't even listen, bro. I don't even know what it. Oh, never mind. Game set.
We're 32% on 3rd down. Looney Tunes said
32.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking terrible.
That's 31st in the league. House said.
Throw the ball. Put it in the air, y'all.
Do with throwing the ball.
Put it in the air. We ain't been good at it. What we put in the air for? Lions Lee came back for a minute.
All right, so I had to elaborate on that stat I was talking about. So 3rd and long, so 30 and 10 plus, we have a 0% completion percentage with an average depth of target of 2 yards.
Yeah, it's because we're throwing it 2 yards, trying to make.
Yeah, it's if you're throwing it 2 yards. Yeah, that's
right. Because they can't complete anything beyond that.
Right. Well, this is not hard for me. This is not. It makes sense.
It is.
Somebody just mentioned throwing a screen. That's the screen is part of that.
Yeah,
these couch coaches
30 long for the whole year.
You fucking try it. Are you about biting kneecaps? Are you fucking just trying to like?
Now it's kneecap. First it was we ran the ball too many times. Then it was we go for it on fourth.
Hold on, I never said we ran the ball too many times. I said
no,
on third
but
13,
but a lot of people in the media, including WriterWrong, have complained about us going for it on fourth too many times. And
I would say this,
and they have complained about they were complaining about the rushing attack from the Steelers game, saying that they ran the ball too much. So.
All right, well, who? Because WriterWrong is a collective. It's not all one unimind.
True.
So you gotta say who. Don't be scared. Point them out.
You know I'm not scared. You definitely know I'm not scared. Okay, I believe Adam and I think the other one is Neil. They were both complaining about the rushing attack.
Okay,
saying that you ran the ball too much and stuff like that. The 3rd and 14 to me is a play that I think is none. It's not a factor. It's not an issue for me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, we just fucking suck, bro. There's no there's just no denying. We just fucking blow, bro.
We just suck. It's just no getting around it. It is what it is. Man, let's get the final thoughts. Appreciate you, Lee, for coming through, man. Like I said again, you do more than you.
For real, I appreciate you too, man.
All right, y'all.
And I definitely appreciate you, Easy Andrew, for coming in, rocking with the people. Having fun with the people. But we're going to get into the final thoughts, man. Start off with you, my man, Andrew. Give the people your final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be on, man. I haven't talked football in literally months, so it's obviously good to be back, seeing some familiar faces in the chat, catching up with some DSA members. Besides that, man, obviously, hopefully we get that Thanksgiving dub. I always love the Thanksgiving game. I feel like the Lions always play super hard. It's always an exciting game to attend, let alone watch. So I'm hoping it's interesting, and if we lose to freaking Andy Dalton and the Bears, I might lose it because they're pretty much on par with us in terms of how they're playing this year. So it's going to be a telling game. Let's just say that.
And then we can't forget my man Easy, who he's my therapist and my sponsor. He makes sure that I stay in check even when he's wrong. What do you got for your final thoughts, bro?
I can see me doing that to a therapist. Like, no, you don't know. Just like both of us, actually.
But go ahead with your final thoughts, bro.
Hey, Luke, I appreciate you for just doing your thing every day. I think you and your message positive all times. And I think people need that, man. I think you keep a lot of people going, even though it may be even inadvertently. So, like, I appreciate you for always being there for us Lions fans, because Lord knows we go through it.
Bro, yeah,
yeah. An opportunity for allowing me to come in and chat. And I guess what I'm saying, like, another message, like, I will be live on WriterWrong Sports for the first time in a long time with my man Nick Leach on Friday at 11. So,
in the morning or at night?
11 a.m.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So you get Neil and Joy, and I don't know if Darren will be there, but they make the big bucks so they can take days off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nonetheless, come through support, Luke. I better see you there too, man. I'm gonna give you a number to call in.
Please do. I got things that need to be said. Please do. Again, to everybody who rocked it in, stayed to the end of the show, who came in, came back, left out, came in. Appreciate you. I really do. I hope y'all all hit the like button. I hope this gives you something for those who in the replay game to go back to. And you know me, you cannot end the show on a negative note. Today is one of them days as we get close to the holidays that we find ourselves getting prepared to spend time with family and friends. And I want you to understand that you need to surround yourself with people who are for you and people who bring positive energy to your life. And the reason for that is because today's positive quote comes from the internet, and it says, there will always be a reason why you meet people. Either you need them to change your life or you're the one who's going to help change theirs. some of y'all don't understand the impact that y'all have on people. No matter how big or how small it is, the impact that you have on a person is still an impact. It changes the dynamics of a person's life. And whether you knew that or not, you need to know that whatever that interaction was, keep it pleasant, keep it peaceful, keep it positive, keep an open mind to the things you don't even understand and an open ear. Because many times, and I do mean this when I say many times, all it takes is for us to be heard. Take the time to know your power and to continue to push people in a direction to where they either, one, change your life, or you change theirs. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. That's our reaction show. We've covered a number of topics, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if for some reason they decide to hold me over tomorrow, fingers crossed, knocking on wood and everything else to save me, rabbits, foots, and clovers. If I don't, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and your friends. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.